This is yet another poker study session with the boys. Sometimes a girl or two.
Yeah,
We're gonna
sometimes Melanie
sometimes yes. We
or
had the nice
Elif.
Turkish lady who
Friday
was
though.
coming in for a while, but she
Elif.
gave up on us. Uh yeah, so we're gonna go for some hands and then maybe do some work with the trainer. This is the hand I messed up the replay, unfortunately, as you can see, because you could see his hand, but we'll go through it
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
So
We have
limp,
to
limp.
try not
Oh
to be
no, we've got
results oriented.
yeah, try not to be. Exactly. I played this hand in an interesting fashion, and I don't know if it's right. Given
The
we can see
straddle
his
guy.
combo, it's right, but I still don't think it's probably the best way to go. Um, all right, so it's straddle on, limp to the straddle. Our villain in question limps to the straddle. It's to us. What side you guys gonna use here? So these
Um,
guys are at about the only guy that
It's a,
matters here. I don't remember what these guys' stack sizes were. I just know this guy was like at 200 bucks,
a five big blind. It's a $5 straddle. Right? Or
and it's a $5 straddle.
how
we
likely
go
is
to
the
30.
straddler to raise? Because that, especially being right by the strat where you have a couple limps in between, I know even I will take the gamble sometimes of just completing here. If I know that the under the gun straddler, same thing like on a button straddle, if I'm in the cutoff with a big hand and I know the guy is raising everything, I will take the gamble. I'm a little different here because you have worst absolute position after the flop versus the cutoff. You have pretty decent position. But if I
Never
know
gonna.
that it's a guy in the straddle who raises every time it's limped in, I'm just limping here because you know it's going to go. If he raises, it's going to go call, call, and then you get to put in the big old back raise Betty.
Yeah, I mean, there's some guys that will definitely always raise a straddle. They'll kind of defend their straddle aggressively. Um, and it makes
I'm
sense. I
probably
would
going
do
to
that
25.
more if I was in position. If I
Yes.
had the button, I might get tricky with this, but I don't want to play this hand multi-way.
35.
I'm
I don't
fine.
want
I'm
to play
going
it
to
out of
20. Oh
position
yeah, it's a
multi-way.
$5 straddle. So yeah, I'm going to 30.
So, but I can see your point. I mean, I think there's a way to play this as an overlimp trap, but I think I want to be in the button to do that.
I'm
I
never
don't think
gonna
I
limp
want to play
here.
it.
I'm never gonna limp from the small blind.
I don't think I want to do it here. I don't want to do it the same way. So I
Like,
did though,
It's
to your point,
it's
Andy. Go ahead,
it's
Andy. What do you say?
I was gonna say it's very straddle player dependent. If he is a player that 100% of the time, I have never seen him not raise his straddle when it's limped, I'm gonna limp this. And then because he's gonna raise probably to 20. It's gonna go call call, and then I get to put in, make it 120, and now I'm taking down maybe $60 profit without even seeing a flop.
even an aggressive player like that, though, is even those guys are less likely to do those type of raises in the straddle whenever there's multiple calls.
I've seen it. I got a couple guys in my games live that if they're in the straddle, even an under the gun straddle, and there is no raise, they are raising 100% of the time.
Yeah, there's definitely
I'm,
some guys that'll play that way.
so I have a guy like that, but he does that if it's like a one call. If one person calls a straddle, he's always raising it. But I think he adjusts for like if there's multiple players. He's aggressive and a loose aggressive player.
Either way, if we're not raising, I'm taking it to like 30.
20
So I went
$20.
small here because I want action. I
Yeah.
did. I think 30 is would be my normal size there. I did take it down a little bit because I wanted action.
35. That guy limped the straddle from early position. He is not folding. We can go to 35. Oh,
He
wow. He
folded.
folded.
Wow. You kind of contradict yourself a little there, Larry. You said you wanted action, but then you didn't want to play multi-way under the gun. I mean, 20 or
No,
early
that's
position
that's a
is
valid
gonna
point.
is gonna lead more often than not to playing multi-way.
That's well, yes, that is true. I did. That is a bit of a contradiction. But I got what I wanted. I'm heads up with aces, but I'm still out of position.
Results oriented. You got
But
what you wanted, and
but you have
you
a good
got him
point.
dominated.
You have a good point. I mean, I don't want to go massively multi out of way, massively multi way, but do want action from at least one person.
Oh, absolutely.
But I see your point. So I get a call. You can see his combo, unfortunately. You get this flop. I'm going to start with a small bet here. I think we have, I think in theory, if this is a 3-bet pot, this texture allows for very polar sizing. Because we either have our overpairs or we don't here. This actually is not a very good flop. This is a 3-bet pot. These obviously are very different ranges because this is a limp call from a guy who's already capped in the button.
This is a
So
good
I played
spot.
this in a pretty funky way. I bet small, he calls. Now the P6 is not fantastic. I don't know what his range is, but we don't have any completed big equity like a straight or a flush. But for whatever reason, I think part of the reason is because he was playing a shit ton of hands. And I think sometimes people who play a shit ton of hands just end up with trash. And like this. And so I decided to check. He does bet. Now he bets big. He bets like 80%. But notice what he's got behind him. He's pot committing himself. He may not know this, but he's pot committing himself. He's gonna have, if I call, he's gonna have like gonna be an SPR of like 0.3 or something. So I just decide to smooth call here. Because I'm pretty sure it's all going in. And then we get this. And then it's easy call. And there you
Well
go.
done.
So I don't know if this is the best way to play this hand. Um,
I think results oriented it worked out, but I think you should just go bet, bet, bet. And you have a in this spot. This is a spot where I deviate from checking.
yeah, I
Just go
think that's
bet, bet,
fine.
bet. Because
I think that's
he's
fine.
got it's two S less than two SPR on the. I mean, what's the
Yeah,
flop? What's the
you
SPR on the flop?
I think it's around one.
On the flop.
I think what is it on the flop?
It's not. So yeah, it's like
just click the arrows and it'll go. There
basically
we go.
three. Yeah, it's basically three. So you can just very easily
Yeah.
just go bet,
What?
bet, bet and get all the money in. I
He's
mean, in
not
this
calling. I
situation,
mean, this is
when
an
you see he's
exception,
not
right?
calling it, yeah, he's not
Yeah.
calling it. I mean, if you had a player that's like, if for whatever reason you know that this guy will blast off with nothing, then yeah. But this is also a great board to just go bet, bet, bet because they can have tons of stuff here. I mean, 10x isn't
Yeah,
folding. They have
you
all of
gotta
the straight draws, all the flush draws. Like you can just bet, 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 put it all in.
you
Yeah, I
got an
think you're right.
SPR of 3.6. You could bet here, and really you could bet bigger here. Although I mean, results oriented, a bigger bet he may fold, but you could go what 40 here. That puts 80, 130,
Yeah,
and
there's
gives
not
you
as
an
much
SPR of
value.
just over 1 to 1.
Like I know that I normally am going to bet small on most flops and I'm going to adjust my sizing after that. But on this one, when you have thick value, there's plenty of things that can continue. There's a lot of good spots. This is a good spot to just go bet big. I mean, you could bet big and just go two streets probably, right? I mean, if you
Yeah, you
go,
could turn this into
Yeah.
two streets. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
you could go
I
50
definitely
jam.
made an exception here against this player. And I think you're right. I think that we could fast play this. I think probably the question becomes how much of an exception is this? And if it's an exception, how often do we want to play this? And is it against a certain niche
Oh,
kind of player class?
if I
I
have a
feel
player that definitely blasts off when given lots of rope, then I'm going to go check here. And if he checks back,
You're going to check
what am
flop?
I? Yeah, I mean, it depends. And this is like I've adjusted. I know I told you guys that I've adjusted my thing that I'm not always checking. There's a lot of spots now where if my hand doesn't value from a check raise, but I'm playing against a passive player that's unlikely to raise, and I don't want to check raise and I don't want it to check through, then I'm going to bet. So like my thick value hands just go bet bet all the time.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
yeah.
I think
You
just
get
playing
too
this straight
many,
up is fine.
especially at lower stakes. You get too many players that are just passive, so super passive. They're just gonna go. they're just gonna call in spots where they would never bet.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
going
like,
back to the turn, if you go back to the turn, I mean, as played, um, so let's look at the turn. So even
yeah,
go
on the
back
turn,
to
I'd go
before the
big.
action. On the turn,
Go
go
back before
back.
it.
So pot's 90. If you bet like 50 here, I know results, he's probably going to fold, but you'll find out really quick if he's got a six.
You have two sizes here. I was going to say, you have two sizes on this, and it's what you choose, and it kind of depends on the flop. So, like, you can kind of, on your flop side. So, I mean, I think that your two sizes are all in or a small bet.
Yeah, I could see that. Do we,
Yeah.
what do we think
Because we
about his
want
range? I
charges.
mean, we know his range is gonna be weird, right? Because he he's capped. He doesn't have very top of range. He doesn't have jacks plus, maybe tens plus. Doesn't have ace
We
king, ace queen,
we
it's
don't
jack.
necessarily know that,
D-
no, though.
Doesn't have king queen suited, most
We
likely.
don't necessarily know that. A lot of players, when you introduce the straddle, will limp
Well, he overlimped.
So we can make the
Let
way more than
assumption.
they'll raise. And
let's
especially if
talk.
he's a
Let's make
high,
sure we keep it detailed. He overlimped.
Yeah, and if we make the assumption on the way he played this, he's raising a lot of his hands. Like if he's willing to just start blasting for whatever fucking reason, there's no way he's not three betting his kings, queens.
right. Have you seen him raising a lot pre, or is he kind of
He was a
limping
new
and
player. I
calling a
didn't
lot
have.
pre-flop and then getting after it post-flop?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with this guy. He's a new player.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess
so
we don't know.
so we kind of have to default to pool tendencies.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
I,
he just
I think
his
a two
range
speed game here
is
is fine. I My question is there a player class that has a hyper wide range here, like I think this guy does, where we sometimes do want to turn our aces and kings here into a trap?
yeah,
And yeah, what I hear you guys saying is
yes,
not so
there is.
much.
On this SPR, no, but against when deep with I mean, maybe not exactly this specific, maybe this hand, but yeah, against a deep with a player that's super aggressive post flop and is willing to just blast. Like there's a guy I play with that's wildly aggressive. He'll turn his five into a bluff here all day, jam the river with it. I'm gonna check my entire range to him and just call down. I mean, if I had a set, I'm just gonna call down because he's just gonna keep blasting and blasting and blasting. And if I until I tell him no, let's just let him continue to go.
Yeah. Also, I think, frankly, we want to trap more with aces at a lower SPR because they're worth more. The less deep we are, the more they're worth.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
saying like I say that that's true, but also in this with this situation, it's like a very easy bet with
yeah,
tons of hands that can call. Like when they don't bluff, there's tons of hands that can call. I mean, I would say that I would go now. This is obviously results oriented. He probably folds, but on the flop, I probably go like 40. He calls. That filters his range to flush draws, maybe something like pocket nines, pocket eights, pocket sevens, 10. If he doesn't open his, I mean, he probably jams his jacks and stuff like that on this flop. So we just go in that situation. You can go like 40 there. Pot's like, what does pot come out to then? It's 130, and then just jam the turn, get all of his next to call. There's no flushing card on the turn, and all before you can get all the value.
yeah. I think that makes sense. That makes sense. This is just an interesting spot at a low SPR against a very weird like pre-flop range. Like it's very hard to understand what pre-flop range is.
And this play is so stupid too because he has $90 behind. When you call the 90 here, what the hell are you folding to anymore?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, I guess
ridiculous.
flush draws like.
It's a little bit ridiculous. Okay, so I'll go on to the next hand. We like queens, and we're like deeper here.
Do you only play queens plus?
Um, I showed
No,
some
every once
hands.
in a while he'll play ace king suited.
I showed some hands last week where I played
I'm
range.
kidding.
The straddle is on again. We get
Do you
a
play
limp
five
to
three
the
suited on the
straddle.
button?
Say it again.
I do.
I said, but Larry, do you play 5-3 suited on the button?
I do.
Sure.
It, I will open it, but I won't. I won't overcall.
Well,
Oh,
But
shots
you gotta
on a five
fired.
ISO
five three
five
suited.
three. You
Shots
gotta
fired.
ISO.
All right, different situation here. We've got a very similar situation configuration wise. What
Yeah,
size you
this is
guys
a
using
very
here? We
similar
are deeper,
situation.
so we are. The straddle is at 200, but these guys are pretty deep.
Okay, let's go to 30 or 35.
I make it 30.
Bravo,
Oh,
he's
so
learning.
it is.
And we get a call from the straddle. We
That's
get
all
a
exactly
call
what we
from the
wanted.
limper.
One button call. Oh,
Oh, we wanted to go four ways.
And
Oh, beautiful.
we get this flop. Is it
Look at
beautiful?
that sweet baby there.
Uh-huh.
exactly what you wanted.
Yeah.
Good
So
check.
we've got two somewhat filtered ranges. We have no idea what these ranges are, right? I mean, these are just so far out of any kind of
Already,
configuration that you're going to see in a solver. And it's just hard to understand what these guys have.
they have tons of ace X, tons of king X, of two cards that completely bricked
Yeah.
the
And by the
range
way,
here.
anybody who's here, if you've got some hands you want to share online, feel free. You can
Feel
share them
free. I
with
already got mine
your.
queued up, ready to go whenever you're ready for me.
All right, great.
Me too.
And also in the chat, I put a link to the replayer that we're using. Um, you are more than welcome to put them in the replayer. Even Brian figured it out. So you know
I'm
it's
brain dead.
yeah, so you know it's very user friendly. So here
Very.
I arguably made a mistake. We're massively multiplayer out of way, out of position,
You
and
didn't, did you?
we've got two players with unknown. I did. I
This
decided
is
Oh my
what
this.
goodness, Larry.
Larry Hellmuth.
Jesus Christ.
Larry, you didn't.
So I
What do we
put in a
do?
CVET. I mean, we've got a lot of good cards that can
Bravo.
come.
In theory,
So
you can bet
I
here.
think we probably just need to check here. I think that's what you're
You
You
telling me
should
with
just check,
your judgmental tones that this is a check.
and we can possibly turn queens into
100%.
a bluff.
Yeah, I'm always checking.
Yeah, this is a better check. This is a very bad flop for our hand, but it's not a bad flop for our range.
Why do you? Is that why you're betting?
I'm betting
Heads
because
up,
this is a good flop
yes.
for our range.
Heads up, I'm not giving you
And
shit for c betting here.
well, my
Multi-way,
question, but my question is just that what does it accomplish? Because their ace X's just aren't folding. All their hands that are calling are calling away. A lot of
Yeah,
those hands are.
I think against two ranges, this is a pretty shitty CBET. I think this is an error.
Let's think
And I
no.
about
think they have
the.
way too many ace X. I think they have ace X that are like H7 off. Shit like
Yeah,
that.
they
They
have all
also have
that
a
shit.
lot of ace X of spades. You do not have the queen of spades, so you don't block any queen X of spades.
Yeah,
Eesh.
I think this is probably better as a check. But I chose to see that
Yeah,
small.
check and pray it checks through, and then check
Folds.
again.
And then I get two calls and the writing is now on the wall. But we do get a gutter on a double flush draw board.
You're gonna do it
And
again, aren't you, Larry?
Check raise.
I'm gonna do you again. So I check.
Not deep enough to check.
Bravo.
And then this guy bets big. Look what he has behind. He's pot committed unicorn anyway. This guy calls, and this I think isn't easy fold.
Yeah, get rid of it.
So every time you win a pot against the
And then this guy goes all in and this guy folds.
against player six, did you make a bacon comment?
A bacon comment?
Yeah,
I don't understand what's a bacon comment.
Pig.
pig.
Oh,
He's a police
oh yeah,
officer.
that's right.
Or like as you're dragging the chips, say, "Here, piggy, piggy."
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's always good.
I think I like my life. Oh,
Yeah.
He's
I don't
off
know how
duty.
that was going to go. Yeah. So yeah, we just check. We just kind
Yeah.
of are. I think the best way to look at this hand is that we were resigned to our fate, and like you said, we can only hope check, check, and see where these guys are. We would have learned a lot more on a little bit maybe of tilty pot entitlement here.
If we go
Yeah.
check, if it goes checks all the way through, you can check, and when they bet small, you can jam your gutter
Yeah,
and make
yeah,
them fold a lot.
yeah. So this is an air. All right, last hand for me, and then whoever's ready can
Next.
go next. All right, so I'm deep with fours. The whole table wasn't as deep, but the player in the regular in the button was deep. So I decided this hand has enough value to open a little bit early, but are you guys opening fours this early?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah. It's not
so
that early. I mean,
I would
you're closer to LP than EP.
I would ISO weak players with
just out of theory, what am I? What position am I in? Hijack.
You're hijack.
So these are 5x RFI. This is the range that I'm playing.
Is that 5x set for online or live? Because that's going to
This
change it.
is the game. Yes, it will. This is the game I'm playing. This is Chippy V. Chippy V with the 5x open. And yeah, we're just misses.
You were in the hijack.
It's definitely gonna miss them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little wide here, in theory. But maybe,
Yeah, but
you
we
can make
can.
argues, blah, blah, blah. People don't three-bet a buff, blah, blah, blah. Then it's worth it to set money. So we
Yeah,
open a
and we
10.
actually in the 15-day cash game challenge was just discussed yesterday, exploitatively going wider than GTO. There you go. You did it. It's almost like you're playing along.
It's true. It's all I'm down with the simulation. Okay, so the regular calls, this guy's a capable regular. Go multi-way. This is king high flop. I will see bet king high flops more than probably I should. I'm going to try to, if I'm going to see bet without much equity, I'm going to do it on king high flops because theory does it a lot, whether it's right or wrong. So I do bet small here. Get a call. Big blind folds. We are now heads up, and look at that sweet baby there. Quite an interesting sweet baby here. The flush comes in, but we actually turn a set. What are you guys doing here?
I'm gonna check and see what he does.
I think,
Um,
I think
I mean,
checking is fine.
we're deep enough with only two streets with the SPR where it is. I mean, what, 8 to 1? It's gonna be tough. We have to put in a probably. I mean, if we want to even get anywhere near getting the money in, which if all the money goes in, he's got a flush. So I'm gonna check and see what his sizing is. If he goes small, then he may not. And also get us to the river, see if we can boat up before.
Yeah, I think checking makes more sense because
Oh, because
it's the
even I
cheapest
mean,
way
even we boat
to
up,
20% of the time we're going to boat up. 20% of the
even
time
if
we're going to boat up. 20% of the time the board's
even
going
if
to
we
pair,
boat
or we're
up,
going to hit quads. So
yeah,
I think
even if we boat up, we never feel that great about our boat
why don't we feel good about our boat?
because he can definitely have some two pair, a lot of two pair that didn't raise the flop. Um,
Well, what
that
two pairs is he going to have
like
that beats
a
us?
lot of his two pairs.
He's going to have some king. Yeah, I guess he's going to have some king queen and king four. But there's
king
only
nine, queen
one.
nine.
There's only we beat king nine and queen nine before comes.
Fact that you just said you're not going to feel good if you boat up makes me really concerned about you, Andy. You've
The
been getting
money's still
crushed
going
too
in, but I'm
much.
not gonna feel great about it.
You've been getting crushed too much recently.
I have been. I told you that.
That's
I
what I'm
moved down
saying.
to damn
I'm
near the
concerned.
smallest stakes. I haven't. I am just a shriveled up shell of a player right now.
Now we've all been
I
there.
I cry at the rail. I am a
I mean,
broken man.
so if he's got two pair, he's got 4 outs. We've got 20%. You got 10 outs. We have 10 outs to a boat. He's got 4 outs to a boat. So I choose to bet here. I think this is good enough to bet.
Bet here. Use about that.
So I use this size. Yes, there's straight out there.
And
So
a flush.
10's there, and the flush is there. We block neither. He calls. Now we've got 4 to a straight. What are you guys doing here?
Call.
Check call?
Depending on size. I mean, if he's capable of bluffing that spot, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if
Bet.
he goes like 150, 200, it's probably just a check fold. But I would think probably anything less than 75, I'm gonna call. How he's capable of bluffing this spot? Does he ever?
He's definitely capable of bluffing.
I don't know. I
He
don't even
has
know if I
bluffs.
like a check call. I might just either
I'm
that
gonna
or
bet
bet
fold.
small fold.
I'm gonna bet fold on it.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
actually, I
you,
like bet fold a lot more.
I wonder if you could do like a small blocker bet there.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
could be a good spot for a block. I think you're right. I think block would have been a better choice.
Scotty would do.
I think block's good here. What about you, Brian? What are you doing here?
I'm gonna bet full, but I'm not gonna go small with my bet. I'm gonna bet 75. I think his king X is gonna fold.
So I felt that we
But
get to value bet here. I
that's what I was
might be
gonna
going
say.
too far down in.
Even regulars aren't gonna bet thinly enough for that. His king X is just gonna check.
I might be
He
going too far in
raises.
too far in the value region. So I bet 100.
What's
He
the size that I would
shoves.
use? I would have gone up. Yeah, I fold.
Oh, yeah, we fold.
And your pocket fours beat his chips to the middle.
All right. I am going to. I'm curious if you have to value bet this. So I am going to run this and then we'll move on. So
They're just
cash.
never. They're almost never doing that as a bluff. So we can always bet there and just fold.
How
Like a
deep?
little bit smaller size, like a 65, 70 there.
I would have gone about
Um,
75, I think. But yeah, I'm just
yeah,
gonna buck it because they're not gonna bet thinly enough for value, and they're not gonna turn enough of their hands into a bluff there.
right.
Let's
Their two
just
pair are
bet
never
fold.
going to fold.
Yeah,
Their
their two pair, their
their
kings
strong
probably aren't
king
even gonna fold.
may call. You're going to get enough calls, I think, to
Most
And you got to
flop
think
included
about on
6
that board.
hands.
That's an insane board. If they're just not bluffing, what are they turning that in? What are they? I mean, they can turn hands into a bluff there, but are they actually turning hands into a bluff on a 4 card straight board with 3 to the flush when you went bet bet? You gave him absolutely zero rope. You went bet bet bet, and he jammed that there.
True. I look like I have
you look like you have something
very
really
thick
strong
value.
I
with a
say so. You're
bet line. You're
yeah. You bet all 3 streets, and then he
yeah.
jams. Yeah, that's. I mean, if he bluffed, I'd be like good bluff. Like I 90% of the time you have it, so I'm folding all the time.
Agreed. I think we see about this. Yeah, we see about this sometimes. We mostly check in this configuration, but we see that some. Bet we're gonna see, or we're gonna bet with our club more. We're gonna bet with our club. We don't have a club here. But we get some C bets of small. So we choose to see bet small. He calls, he's calling with the majority of his range, small bet. Now it gets interesting. Let's see what solver wants to do here. 4 of clubs comes. I think, what's your guess? What do you think we're gonna do with our combo?
I think it's going to
Betting or
keep
You
betting.
checking?
bet the flop.
And
You
if we're
bet the
betting, are
flop.
we
You're
betting
gonna
big or betting small?
check.
I think it's going to be a small bet again. I think the solver's going to go. We're
Yeah,
just
I
going to
think you're
keep
probably
betting,
right. I think it's probably gonna choose small bet.
and it's going to choose small bet.
It's gonna, yeah, I like small. It mixes in a little bit of B50, but it mostly small bets.
Mostly checks.
Well, what's our equity with this hand? So it's got a lot of equity here, but doesn't really.
Oh no,
Oh
okay.
boy,
That's
can you
showing
only
range.
pray? You can only pray the board paired there. He had the nuts.
Yeah, he had the nuts. He
I think
definitely
he
had.
just had ace high
He had a
flush every
flush
time.
probably.
I think he had ace high too.
So we are big betting sometimes with this combo. What size did I choose? Let's say I now am in the slivers of the solver, but I'm not breaking anything. So I'm going to bet the size.
Jack of
Calls
diamonds.
and this Jack of Diamonds. Good job. Jack of Diamonds. I think we're checking. Yeah, we're checking. We're mixing. We're checking. We're mixing check and block. And because we are right, and we're also, here's our hand, this dark part. This is the very bottom of our value betting range. These are all our value bets, and they're mostly going to be on the right. Yeah, I mean, we're betting our flushes, we're trap checking it sometimes, betting our straight, but our sets are really the bottom of our value betting range. We're not betting two pair. We're not value betting an overpair, which is the aces here. So this is really at the very bottom.
Let's look at as played, what did you bet and see what their response is. I mean, or I guess even versus
I can do that. I mean, it's going to be our combo doesn't use that size.
oh, at all. Never mind.
Yeah.
Then
But
I guess
we
we
can
really
give it the
can't.
block. Like if I choose to block here, which it does
Yeah.
use, and they jam. I
What is his before? Oh, well, I was gonna say I want to look at his response.
Sure, we can do that. Yeah, our sets are just folding.
Yeah, but I meant go back to his
All our
Button's
sets are folding.
response.
Sure, on what street?
On the river, when we block, go to the button, his response. Um yeah, you look at I mean, how much?
So he does. In theory, he's got bluffs around. Jacks blocker to the the calling a trash hand.
Well, Jack's beat
Jacks are
us.
yeah, they are, but they're also the machine, the solver designates it as a trash hand.
Yeah, the number on that board.
It's yeah on this texture, which means just out of curiosity, we just must have no equity with our fours. No, we don't have enough to value that. That's for sure. We already looked at that. Yeah, we're at the very bottom of our value betting range, and really, it's a
Yeah,
check.
I mean, and
So
now, if we could, if we're in a solver and node lock there, what we think the actual pool response is,
There, I
when
guarantee
you
you
look
that
at
bets.
where's the rest of his jams coming from, because that's never bluffing live.
no, the jacks
We,
is a weird is not going to be turned into
nothing
a
is,
bluff
he's not
shove.
turning anything, especially versus your side. He's turning literally nothing into a bluff.
He is got so in solver, he's got bluffs down here with probably some kind of blocker action going on. The
Pocket eights,
eights,
with the eight of
ace
clubs,
queen blocking
ace X of
Broadway
clubs, well, and nut flush.
and nut flush. And his value jams started his worst flushes.
Yep.
So, but he's got lots of flushes in his.
Good easy
Like if you
fold
look at
there.
what his range is made up of, flushes are 16% of his range.
Yeah, but when it goes bet, even if you could have got the same information with a small blocker or going like 65, 70, because they're just never ever bluffing there. Ever.
Yeah, I
In
agree.
live games.
I agree. It was
Like 75.
I think the better way to play this was I think 75 is fine. are, I think, Robert said it. I think a blocker sizing is better here. Let's see what a blocker sizing would be. So blocker sizing, let's turn. Blocker sizing here is like $20 maybe.
Even a blocker, I'm probably throwing out 35, 40.
If you bet 25 into me, I'm gonna fuck. I mean, all right, I guess I'm not the typical player. I'm gonna jam on you all day if you did that.
Well, we won't tell people that your
We bet
casino that they need to.
120. I was about to say I'll probably go 120 there because I think I can just get you to fold everything. It's just 700 bluff, but when you make that time,
Yeah, you're right. I mean, not every player has that in their arsenal though, but you're right.
a regular
Yeah,
that's capable. I mean, you go 25, you're just praying for he's just you're giving him the green light to just turn everything into a bluff. When you go 75 and he jams, you're way behind, but you can get kings to call.
yeah. So, I think I like Robert's blocking size. I think 20 or 25 is the right size there. If we're going to bet, Robert check call. But I'm overvaluing the set here on this texture. 4 to a straight, 3 to a flush. I'm definitely overvaluing.
Yeah, I think I still think that. I mean, maybe I bet way too thinly myself sometimes, but when they just are never turning anything into a bluff here, you can kind of just you can get value from all their hands and still bet off and still get called by worse. But every time they
Yeah,
jam, you just get to easily fold.
agreed. All right. That is my Those are my hands. I'm gonna hand it over to someone else. Andy, I think you had hands, right?
Yeah. I'm queued up, ready to go.
You have a lot. I say I only
Not a
have a
ton.
couple. It's up to you. I only have a couple, but we can do whatever.
I have a ton. Some of them are just bragging, so they'll be quick.
So guys, in the new guys in chat, there is a
Wait, Robert, didn't you say that you have hands?
Yeah, I got 3 of
We
them.
should we should let Robert go. He's never gone before.
yeah, let Robert go first, Brian. Andy. We got
You
the new
ready,
guy. Let the new
Robert?
guy go.
He's new. We haven't
Yeah,
gotten
it's
to go
it's
yet.
up to you, Andy.
Go
Let the
ahead.
new
Well,
guy
you can
go,
go through
Andy.
your hands first.
Okay. How do I
We'll
share my
save
screen?
making fun of the fish for after your hands.
I was about to say I don't feel like making fun of you yet, Andy.
We don't want to scare the new guys away yet before we can show that we're nice.
How do I share my screen?
First we get
Andy,
Andy to stop sharing.
Okay.
I'm done. Oh no, I did not. I reshared. Sorry. There,
okay.
now you can click at the
So
bottom.
at the bottom, Robert, do you see a button that is green and says share?
At the bottom. Uh, see audio, video. Oh, my video is turned off.
Well, that's fine. All of our videos are turned off. Probably want to leave it off.
Okay.
And then in the middle, do you see a green button that says share?
Wait, it's not green, but I see share. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, click that. And
Okay.
then are you sharing in like a tracker, like Poker Tracker 4 or something?
Hand to note is what I'm
Hand a
using.
note. All right. So you can either share your whole screen, but then we're going to see everything that you have open,
Allow
or you can
Zoom to
choose to
share your
just share
screen.
that application.
Allow Zoom to share your screen.
Or you can choose to just share hand a note. It's up to you.
No, you can just share application. That's wild. I always shared my whole screen.
Yeah, you have options.
Larry's a tech guy. He would know.
I
Okay.
am not a tech guy.
Do you see my screen?
No.
Not
No.
yet, but it's working. Might come up soon. Not
Oh.
yet.
Look,
Sounds like a damn tornado outside at my house.
Yeah, wind's really blowing here too. Okay, come on, share.
Fucking Michigan. It is 60 degrees and blowing 50 miles an hour
We could
right
see,
now.
Brian, we could see your
yeah, I was
ceiling
gonna.
fan is going.
All right, look, I was gonna say that I can go from here and
Allow.
We're up.
All right,
We
there
can
we
see your
go.
screen,
Now we see
Robert.
hand a note.
Oh,
So
perfect. Okay.
we are ready for you to
All right, so here's the first
Sure.
one. All right.
I do
I have
like
king ten
coin
suited in the
poker,
small
Robert.
blind. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
One thing, can you mask their names?
Uh, I have no idea how to do that.
On the little view button, the little eye.
Yeah. Click the eyeball. Just because this is
Oh, right
recorded
here?
and it is going to be put, it is put on Twitch and YouTube.
Did it
Right
work?
here?
Yeah, try that.
Okay.
Oh, that just went to the end. Never mind. I didn't know if it was the
Okay, so go to pre-flop, click the little settings thing.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay.
nicknames.
Hide nicknames.
Here it is. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Because we don't want to be exposing random people that are not have no say on whether they want their. I mean, I guess nobody
Well,
knows who
that
they
certainly
actually.
makes, yeah, that makes sense. Um,
All
so
right, so
under
you're
the
playing
is,
kind of a regular. Is this an anti game?
this is an ante. Yes, this is on coin poker.
Okay, so you got an open to 2.5. You've got king 10 suited in the small blind. You're playing 120 big blinds deep, it looks like. And it folds
I
to you.
I am. It's I think the standard stack is 100.
Okay. Okay. Are you, who's deeper? The RFI or you? What's the
I'm
effective
not
stack?
sure.
Okay.
It looks like it's 90. It looks like he has 97.4.
Yeah. Just advance it and see if that comes off. The note comes off.
Do what now?
Whatever.
All right. All right. So what you have a choice to three bet or flat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of why I posted is I'm thinking it's a three bet, but because it was under the gun, I think I just chose to call.
Well, I think you for a three bet here for two reasons. One, you're paying a lot of rake. And two, there are antes involved, so there's a lot more dead money. So I think those two factors are driving you to prefer a three bet here.
Okay. That would
And
make sense.
also, theoretically, you are going to play out of position post. And so because of that, you benefit from a lower SPR when you go to the flop. Because the lower the SPR, the less the in position has an advantage, a strategic advantage, because essentially the less that he can put pressure on you if you choose to check, because the SPR will be less at the river. So I think I prefer a three bet here. And I would three bet to about 13, 12 to 13. Anybody
Yeah.
Yeah.
else?
4x is 10.
Yeah.
I mean, my three bet would probably be to 11. But yeah, I'm playing three better fold even from an EP, even from a UTG raise. It's a pure three better fold. And I think King 10 it's I think King 10 suited is a three bet. And it would be versus a UTG open. My three bet here would be kind of be dependent if I'm going to three bet this, dependent on the player. If they're opening if they're opening super tight and never folding the three bets, then I'm probably just folding pre.
Yeah, I have no read. I'm four tabling, so I really don't have a read on this guy. Um,
Okay. Do you multi-table frequently?
well, I've started to.
I
Uh,
would highly consider getting yourself a heads up display then. It will keep track of that info for you. As you'll see when we go to my hands, you can kind of see how they look like and how that can really help you when you're multi-tabling.
okay. Yeah, I just got to figure
It's a
out
tr
how a HUD works with coin poker, but yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
you
kind of
can use the HUD on call.
Yeah, you actually changed it so you can download even on PT4, you can download directly to PT4. You don't need a hand converter anymore, I don't think.
So all right, so I think you fight here and we'll move forward, but I
Yeah.
think we'd prefer a three bet here.
Here,
They're
let
going to play
me.
the hand for all the reasons that we just told them.
I don't think. I mean, flatting's not like egregious. It's not a massive blunder, but
All right, so let's go on to the flop. Okay, very interesting flop. And what do you do here?
I chose the check raise, I think. So,
Yeah, I think I think you've got a check raise potentially, right?
yeah,
So he
oh,
chose about a B50.
yeah, B50. Oh yeah, check raise versus a B50 is usually such a fishy bet. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, so in theory, the smaller the C bet, the more you have check raises. But this hand, I think, is probably a good check raise. You have a lot of things going for you here. You have your. I would use a bigger size here.
like
Yeah, I would go to like 15 or 16 would probably be my check raise size here.
Here, go back one click here.
I'm back one click. Okay.
So the pot's 9.7. So I would, yeah, I would think about this as you want to think about. I would start at 4x here. And this
Yeah.
is not the right way to think about it. You're supposed to think about it as a percentage of pot size.
Yeah,
But
I would probably go pot here, which I think would be 15 or 16.
yeah, I would start. I mean, I think 12. I'm saying 12. Andy's saying 15, but yeah, I would go bigger.
Right. That's a
No,
good
I
point
don't.
because when I go
Uh,
nine, if I'm him, I'm calling all day long because I only have to call another six.
Yeah, it's hard to generate folds here. I mean, that's really what you want to do. What you're really saying now is you got a set. You're saying you have a set of nines. It's hard to have two pair on here. But you're saying you have a set of nines essentially or a set of fives. So you really want to go bigger. You want to go like you're not going to generate enough folds. You want to go bigger. You want to commit to the bluff, the semi bluff.
Okay.
yeah, uh, you want to leave yourself enough behind though. I mean, I don't mind. I think that in this spot, this is gonna be depending on a lot of. There's gonna be a lot of give ups.
Yeah, he's gonna fold a lot. I mean, especially
Yeah,
that B50 sizing is such a kind of standard. So many people use it for their standard range bet that, oh, well, I raised flop under the gun. I'm just gonna, and it checked to me. I'm gonna bet everything. And I'm gonna
basically, if
bet
I go,
for,
yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna
sorry, go ahead.
B50 and
You go
you fired.
15. Sorry, if you go 15, you're gonna have to consider giving up off insert when he calls because that filters his range to be much stronger.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I
I
agree.
don't think, I think even at the 3x sizing, it's still mostly going to be bigger ace X with the ace of spades and overpairs that continue. You might get some nine and some 9x, but he doesn't have a ton of 9x.
I think either side is, but yeah. So he goes 9. This guy calls, obviously.
Yeah, obviously he calls. All right, you can forward.
Okay. Yeah, I think the reason I showed you this is I think the solver like more just betting than it did check raising, so that's why.
There probably are some donks here. So okay.
Okay.
And that's a very interesting turn.
See what I do here. So yeah, I'm trying to
Turn
represent a
there.
nine, but I'm not sure I like it. But hey.
A bad turn.
Yeah, that's not a good turn.
So
I
the
mean,
way to
yeah,
think about this is that when you check raise, even though we use a smaller size, we have filtered his range, right? So
yes.
we have uh we have um he's mucked a lot, he's folded out a lot of his air. So he's got something he likes here, something that he feels can win the pot.
His range is over pairs 9x, probably not a ton of 5x. He's got straight draws, flush draws, all that stuff. So I would just go small here, and then I go small again on the river to try and fold out to beat you.
Yeah,
Instead
or
of
see
because you're
what
not
he.
getting it. Yeah, nine's not folding and over pairs not folding. These guys are not folding over for it.
No, or go small and you see what he what his response on the turn is. I mean, if he just flats your small bet on the turn, then I think either small like I mean, what are we calling small here? Like eight,
I,
nine?
yeah, I'd go small here, and then
And then if he raises, we can, depending on his raise size, we can continue knowing that we need a spade. If he just calls the 8 or 9, we might be able to just blast off on the river and fold out some
I'm
overpairs.
not trusting that they're folding. So I would just
Yeah,
go.
that would
I
be
would
very
just try
player
and.
dependent.
I'm just gonna try and fold out their missed draws.
Okay, so some of you okay with a smaller bet, right?
I mean, even 12's not terrible. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not.
No,
It's
it's
you get more money from his draws now that you can make fold on the river. So that
Actually,
I
I
mean,
think the 9 is a pretty bad card. I think it's a bad enough card that you consider check.
See what happens here. So he calls, and I brick. I think I just give up here. Yeah, when he fires 30, yeah, I'm done.
yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I think your check raise is good. I would just use a bigger check raise sizing. Unfortunately, you got a very bad
that's a
turn, which
terrible
really didn't
turn.
allow you to turn. It didn't allow you to really continue. His range is going to include a lot of 9x after you filter his range. So
We're not gonna try and fold that or over pairs, at least personally. Would you not try and fold those hands because especially players don't want to fold those hands.
no.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out how to use this. Like, I haven't figured out how to mark hands yet. So, um,
Um,
all right, so I have King 4 suited in the cutoff.
go to maybe we can help you. Go to settings real quick in here. Actually, what can you right click on it there where it is right now?
I tried that.
It doesn't have the ability to mark it there.
Or go in
Yeah.
the hand in the replayer.
Oh, in the replayer? Okay.
Yeah, go into the hand like you're gonna review and see either somewhere at the top or click settings. The
Settings right
settings.
here. Okay. Oh, mark hand.
Um mark hand with tags.
Oh, frick
Or you
yeah.
can mark it with
Frick yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate that.
All right, so we're opening King 4 on the cutoff. That is fine.
dig
And
it.
you've got antes in play, more dead money.
I dig it.
You
It
get
is a
flattered from the
GTO
button,
open.
Button calls.
and you get a. So this one, Robert, is the most checked configuration in poker. In
Yes.
theory, this configuration of cutoff versus button is the most checked, and then this texture is going to be one of the most checked when you're out of position
It's
in the
just
single
super
raise
wet. I'm
spot.
surprised about that.
So you
That's what she said.
this is a high check frequency board.
Let's see what I do here. I check.
Yeah, I would check too. Let's see what he does.
Trying to
He
figure out
checks
what
back. We
I'm
turn
showing.
equity.
All right. So are you
Okay.
guys betting or checking here when you
I think that you can turn this hand into a semi bluff at this point.
I'll go for a check raise here
Check raise is good too.
because he's gonna come out and bet. There's a lot of bullshit that he'll bet with that we can make fold, but we also still. I mean, honestly, we still have showdown value with King. I'm not
Yeah.
actually convinced that we don't have showdown value, and our hand also benefits. Like,
I
a
like
lot of
check raise.
his,
I think the check raise is a very clever idea from Brian
a
here.
lot of his. If he just checks back, you can bet the river. You might have the best hand often when you're betting the river, but you can also make him fold everything.
oh,
You
okay.
can also, if he checks back, you can also realize, you could
Yeah,
make your
you can
straight and
realize.
be
Yeah,
golden.
I think checking is just the best play here.
Yeah. I like a check.
I like
I
betting.
don't
I think
hate it. At
this.
least it was a hefty bet.
I like this
I
bet.
don't
I
have.
think if you're going to bet, this is the right size.
Well, I'm like, hey, I picked up the draw. Let's see if I can
Does
take
it?
it.
The worst possible play here is check call, but I don't have a
Yes.
problem with it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like your bet. I think Brian's idea about check raise is a good idea too. He calls and
And he
Miss.
bricks. And actually, I know why I'm showing this. So
And that's, yeah, it's pretty prickish. I would fire again, and I would fire 30 bigs.
Okay, so he didn't bet the flop. He calls the big size on the turn, so he still has 9x. I mean, this is a super dry board. I think a lot of 9x bets on the flop when checked to because of they're scared of overcards.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of 6s, 7s, and 8s here that we can pull it out.
Yeah, I think we can. What does he
Yeah, but
have
I
that's
think,
trying? We have one brick wall we run into is deuces.
yeah.
So
Pocket deuces or not pocket deuces because they probably to that
there's no
size they might not raise pocket deuces. Pocket fives are betting the flop most likely.
pocket threes
And,
and pocket
although I don't
and
know, it's a
deuces.
pretty dry board. They might check. They might check back range other than like 9x, like 9 10 Jack 9 8 9.
Okay, so this is a spot you can bluff big. I don't think you want to bluff big. I think you can bluff
No, I think you could get
small.
away with like fire like 17 18 here and just fold out their overcards and their misdraws.
Their ace highs, their misdraws, their sixes, sevens,
Yeah. I don't know that you're ever, if they
their
have checked a
threes,
nine and
five.
then called the turn, I don't know if they're ever folding a nine here. I don't know if they're, I mean, if they somehow got here with a deuce, which, I mean, ace deuce, a suited ace deuce, a suited, yeah, they could have the last combo of king deuce suited. Um,
What do you do, Robert?
Well, here's why I'm showing. I'm just going to check give up, which that's really where my game's at this point. But the solver fires a big bet here,
Yeah,
and
I would have fired again. I would have,
Wouldn't overbet, but I would
he's
fire.
generally, I would have overbet. These guys like a smaller bet, which is fine. I would have bet 30 bigs here.
yeah,
What does
if
he
I
I
mean,
show
if
up
think
I'm,
with?
30's not bad.
he
30's
showed
not
up with
bad.
ace jack suited.
Yeah, you want
yeah,
to fire again.
Yeah.
which I mean, a 17 18 big blind bet folds that out.
So the way
Um,
to think about this is that oftentimes um a single bet is not going to convince someone, but two bets is going to convince someone. Sometimes it takes two streets to convince someone you've got a hand.
let me make sure there's no women here. It's like a
And
woman with two
so
black eyes. She had to be told twice.
Ah,
so when you bet here the first time, yes, it's filtering. You should actually be folding his jack to your size, but you want to just continue your story
I'm on fire again. Yeah,
and
like I said,
fire again. And also, you're allowed to do that in theory because this is a range bet board. You're you're in theory checking. I'm sorry, it's a range check board.
Yeah, he
My
should be
apologies.
betting.
On flop, you're checking your entire range. If we were to put this into solver, I think you're probably checking everything.
I
Probably.
don't hate
No,
from the button a
So
continue with ace
I would
jack
go
suited.
ahead once you fire big on turn, I would continue. I would overbet. I would have overbet river.
yeah,
So yeah,
he's
I
probably
think you
capped
tell
on
the
the
story
flop.
twice.
He's probably capped on the flop, right? Because he checks the flop. He doesn't
He's
have the
capped
Not
on the
king.
flop, yes.
necessarily. That
he
flop is a
becomes. Yeah, he's not fully capped, and he becomes uncapped when the deuce hits the river. That's the one thing
Um,
that changes it. Is that because there's a lot of deuce exit. I mean, I'm if you just check the flop and then bet big on the turn, I'm gonna make you fire two streets to make me fold my
um,
deuce. So, I
look
mean,
at
like at least just in general,
this.
because most people aren't gonna fire at least even two streets in a row after they get called like that.
okay, let me get rid of this
Obviously,
one.
I don't know. I would say he's uncapped, but I just think that so you have brick walls and hands that are going to be easy to fold. So let's not blast into the brick walls. Let's make all the hands easy to fold for like 17, 18. I mean, even 30 is not bad. 30 just really solidifies the sixes, sevens, eights fold. I
Yeah,
do like
something
Yeah,
your
I
size
so
definitely need to
better
practice
later.
is that double barreling. It's not part of my game, and I just got to figure out how to do it.
Just
You
think
gotta
about his
add it.
range.
Yeah, add it. Add it to your
so
game.
in both six max and eight max, on peak, that flop is an absolute range check. I mean, um, we are checking range, and they are, and then they are betting a lot. The button should be bet checks back 15% of the time. So obviously, lot in gameplay, he's going to be way optimal. So when he's checking, he just has nothing other like ace jack suited, especially spades, is betting there is only checking 25 because I'm assuming you said ace jack suited, he had ace jack of
Right.
spades.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he should be betting that frequently. So we are probably running into more brick walls than we think. And now
What brick
we
walls?
bet
Wait, what do you mean?
pot
You mean on the turn
with
we
this
run into brick
player
walls?
specifically. If he's playing way, way more passively than he should be, um, and
Well, I think
then
people are not playing solver, right? They're playing
right,
much more face up. I think he's betting his value on on flop. I think once he checks, I think you take your line. Your line is good. I think you bet big on turn and then you over bet river. I like that. I think he's more capped than he should be. I don't think he's protecting his checking range really here. I think he's playing a lot more face up.
Okay. Let me go to the next one here.
yeah. So when we do overbet, he's folding almost everything.
Yeah, I would have doubled it down on that bluff.
In game, he's literally probably folding everything. He just never has enough.
There it is. Why? All right. Next. So I'm in the hijack with 8-7 suited. And I think yeah, low jack or MP raises.
Or he limped.
Oh,
In
he
my
limps. Yeah, he limps. Okay. So I ISO. You guys okay with that or?
I would.
I think you can drop this into, I think it's a little early for this hand. I would like to be closer to the button. I think there are some hands you can drop into an overlimp range. I think suited connectors at this stack depth are a good option to put in your overlimp range. Some people may have different opinions about that. I will ISO this hand against the limper, but I would like to have more assurance I'm going to play in position post flop.
Mhm.
So I would like to be on the button to use this as an ISO.
Okay, so good hand for overlimp. Yeah.
But I think yeah, in my opinion, there is a place for an overlimp here. I think that's could be a potentially
Uh,
controversial opinion.
I don't love an overlimp there. I like ISO or fold.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's kind of controversial
I
take
think
on this hand.
fold's the worst option.
I agree. I like your ISO,
And
Robert.
ISO too. I'm gonna ISO.
I like it. There, I said it. But I'm also very punty, so
I've never seen you punt one.
never. A punt
All
for
right.
me never happens. I'm Andy the Knit.
Uh, oh, Dean's here. Hello, Dean. How are you? What happened? Looks
We
like he
lost
got
you, Robert.
disconnected.
Oh no. Well, you want me to go in and if he comes back, he can take it back?
We lose him?
I think so.
Oh no. Yeah, he's off. Yeah, go ahead and take it, I guess.
All right, if he comes back, I'll let him finish his hands.
Yeah.
All right, so first hand, we have a fun one. Um,
Oh, sorry guys.
Oh,
you're
he's
back.
back.
Okay, you can take it back. You got your
Oh,
hand ready?
I do. So go back to share screen.
Okay, hold on. Oh, nope, that's not. There we go. There you go. All right, go ahead and grab it, Robert.
just right there. Share. Okay. Do you guys see my screen? Hello, hello.
Yes. We
You
see
We
do.
it.
gotcha.
Okay.
So you got, so you ISO'd and you get a gutter and
995.
you are the ISO and you've got two callers.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm always going to bet on these paired boards. I think it's a good bluff. You get a lot of folds.
Well, you do have some equity, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
are
try.
multi-way though. If you are gonna bet, if I'm gonna bet here, I mean, in position, I'm probably checking this flop back a lot to see what they do. Um,
I'm only gonna
and if I do
bet
bet, I'm betting like 6 or 7, probably 6, maybe 5.5.
bet a higher equity draw.
Yeah, it's just your gut shot's a little too low equity. If it was like 899, oh well, that's a scary, but 899 and you have Queen Jack, you can maybe think about starting to bet, but you don't have any backdoor flush. I don't have overcards, so I never feel that great about a 7 or an 8 peeling. I think it's just a check back and try to realize our equity.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Or steal it.
You're going to
Played.
see it doesn't turn out well for me. So this guy raises the 16. I'm like,
Oh, min clicks you. He did you
I
dirty.
can't fold for 8.
You can.
I could, but I didn't. Is everybody folding there when that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I mean that is pretty
I
strong.
think you can maybe call if you've got a backdoor flush, but when you don't have any of the suits here that allow for a backdoor flush, I think you can fold.
Get a backdoor flush draw. I would consider three betting his raise.
Yeah.
So
I
If
think you
you
need a
or
backdoor flush here to continue.
or like I said, if it was a situation where it was like 899 and you have Queen Jack, then you can possibly consider continue because you have overcards. So if
Oh,
he's
here we
making that
go.
play with pocket 7s, pocket 8s, which you block right now,
mhm.
um, you're kind of blocking a lot of the range that he would do this with, other than a 9x. So you're basically drawing to a 6, which might already be dead.
Right. And he's never bluffing when he does this min click. But I decide to call. And then the jack comes. Nah, but double gutter. Right. And the 10 and the 6.
Yeah. And what does he do?
He fires small.
Interesting.
So I'm like, well, I can't fold to that.
Okay, he's
So I
got like
call.
pocket eight. Okay, what does he do here?
Let's see. I think river goes check, check.
Damn, all in, all in, all in.
Yeah,
All
you
in?
gotta
Go all in on the river?
so
Oh
there's
yeah, he's fucking capped. He's got like pocket eights or something here. A lot. Like,
so
he's scared of
here
the jack.
you've got to think about where you are in your range. There's no, are you ever winning this a showdown?
Never, never. Yeah.
Okay, so you're at the very bottom of your range. He has told you he's kept. He made a very small check raise on flop. He made a small bet on turn and he checks river. This is a prime situation to turn this 8-7 into a bluff. And I think you probably need to shove it given the SPR.
Think my brain would have snap jammed just because I'm stupid.
So you're shoving here because because he has told you that he does not have as strong a hand as he was claiming with his check raise. Most people with a thick value hand here are going to bet for value. He's chosen not to. He has
His nine
shown
is
you two
never betting
streets of
that small.
weakness. He's shown you a very small turn bet, and now he's checked river. He's going to have traps, sure, but I think you generally want to now shove this river in position.
Yeah. And if he is weak, like we think he is, he'll fold. That's a
Yep.
good point.
And yeah, you want to think about where you are in your range. You have no ability to win this at showdown. You're at the very bottom of your range which called the check raise and called the small bet on turn. So because you have no ability, given you lose to 10 high, because you have no ability to win this hand, you need to now turn this hand into a bluff. And the only size really is a shove.
Okay.
So what does he show you he has here?
I don't remember what he has. Oh wait, he has 10-9.
9.
He's trapping, you
Wow.
would have lost. But
Wow. What the hell was
I
that? That
think you
weird
still
bet.
turn that into a bluff. Sometimes
Still
people are going
don't
to
know.
trap, that's fine, but you might be afraid of the straight. But I think you generally want to turn this into a bluff given this line and lose a lot more money than what you did here.
Well, I think the best play would have been just to overlimp pre-flop, right? Then I wouldn't have been here.
I like an overlimp, but I think I'm in the minority in this group for that.
No.
Other guys do not think we have an overlimp.
Okay, cool. That's it for me.
All right.
All right.
So you can hit now you can hit
15.
the red button and
Hit
it'll
the
say
red
stop
button.
sharing.
Oh, stop share. Okay.
And
Gotcha.
then Andy's going to show some punts.
All right, I am grabbing it now. So here we are. Cut off. Queen Jack or King Queen suited with a player that opened under the gun. I mean, we're five-handed. I know it's almost always a three bet, but I elect to call this. I had been getting four bet a lot because this session I'd been going ham on the three bets. And we also have fairly in other than this guy, we have fairly infrequent three betters behind us. Go ahead, give me all the shit for flatting in the cutoff.
Really want
And I
to.
get
I didn't realize you're so scared.
well, you know how I've been running.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You run
I'm a
bad.
broken
Sometimes you still
man.
gotta rip it. No.
There we go. Thank you, thank you. I'm a net. So we get the limp dick min click, and then wait for it. Another min click. And now, I say, well, fuck it. Yes, you're right. It's a fold. But I thought about min clicking it up, but instead I call because now I have position. Both these players are kind of fishy. I mean, we have a minus 65 big blinds per 100. Oh, actually, he's a little bit of a winner, but whatever. He's not that good. He just won one big pot. We get this.
Okay.
We can work with this, right?
Yeah.
And we get
14.
this 14. I like it. I think his range is mostly like ace king, ace queen suited, which obviously if he has those, he doesn't have of hearts, and then like aces and kings.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we want to imposition raising.
Oh
I
Oh
did.
god.
gosh, Andy, you're a punter.
I did. Oh, watch, it gets better. The rest of the hands are actually pretty solid. So, but it gets better. I told you I was going to get made fun of, Robert. Then we get this.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. And now what do you do? Fold? Like,
Now, this guy
no.
is a massive punter. And then we get this.
I think you've got odds to call.
And now I'm saying,
Do you
well,
have odds
fuck.
to call? What the
Yes.
hell is going
I'm
on?
So
getting almost 5-1.
How many of your odds do you think are alive?
you're getting
Or how many of your outs
3.5
do
to
you think
1.
are
But
alive?
Quite a few. I think I'm live on heart. I'm hoping I think I'm live on hearts.
Okay. If you think you're
I
live on
think
hearts, then yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
think
have to call
obviously I
there.
think my straight draw is
Your straight draw's fine.
live. So and I'm getting 5-1.
I think you're getting 3.5 to 1, right?
Once it goes up. My actual break even is a little bit higher because when I call, the pot's going to go to close to 350. I got to call 70 to win close to 350.
Okay,
I
so that
think
guy did
it's
a min click three bet. So his range, what do we think about his range that doesn't re-raise after getting min clicked over top of? So we think
Someone's
what?
got
He's got
aces.
some suited
this guy.
aces.
Someone's got aces
Yeah.
and kings. Someone's got
Yeah.
This
aces or
guy could
kings.
be.
I'm worried about him
This guy
having the
is
ace of
super
hearts.
fish. Um, he could have quite a bit. Um, I think he's somewhere like I think he could have. I've seen him make this play with Jack 8. I've seen him make this play with Jack 10, with 10-7.
Yeah, you
Um,
just call.
so I call.
Hit
Yay.
We
it.
get yay.
Okay.
Oh my
Jack 8
gosh.
offsuit.
Jacket. Oh,
Oh
you've seen him make
yeah.
this play with Jacket.
There's your
And
jack.
this might have been the hand I mean, this was quite a few hands ago, but yeah. And then of course I knew what he had.
Aces,
Yeah.
ace of hearts. Okay. Yeah, I mean, against a player unlike him, I might not always make the call there just because a lot there's a better flush.
When I said I've seen him make this play, I didn't know when I said that was this hand. I just know that I've seen him make super weird plays with hands that he shows up that I'm just like I'm almost like scratching my head like what the fuck was that?
He did a min click with Jack 8, so we're right to assume it's not top.
Yeah, and then it's just he does some weird shit. Again, this is I went down to this is my confidence builder at 10 NL, so um
You're a rich man now. You got 20 extra bucks in your stack.
yeah. Ooh, fun hand here. So we get the big ISO folded to me. This could be a three bet, could be a fold. Um, this guy just never really folds. I don't mind going multi-way with pocket eights because it's I'm gonna hit a set and continue, or it's gonna be a bunch of overcards and I'm not gonna continue, right? Kind of plays itself.
Interesting.
So we get this flop. I check, obviously. He checks back. I love it. And now I'm considering, depending on the turn card, I'm considering whether I want to lead out here or not. Um,
Lead
I
on
mean, he's a
both turn cards.
68-15, so he's probably, I mean, he's raising kind of tight. When he checks back flop, I don't think he has overpairs. So best case scenario, he's got overcards. Um, even his RFI is deep, but his PFR for that, and his C bet is 64. So I mean, kind of decently solid C bet. And yeah, kind of Dean, that's what I was thinking. Nine or lower hit, and I was considering probing. Any Broadway cards hit, I was going to check and assess,
I
and then
oh,
Bink.
I got a
So,
question, guys. Is anybody leading or donking the flop just because low board?
um, no, I didn't think about donking flop. Um,
Well, I was just wondering because the eights need some protection, right, from overcards. I don't know if anybody's doing that. I'm just wondering.
no, not on a paired board with the flush draw.
Hmm.
Slightly different texture, and we can start considering having some leads, but I mean, in cash, in general, in theory, in cash, we have very, very, very few leads, um, on most textures, and generally, when we do consider start leading, it's like eight high boards from the big blind, like eight high, nine high, versus this EP ISO.
Hmm.
So I think I actually check here. And I do, hoping that, and he goes a decent sizing, and I call, oh, yuck.
Oh,
Oh, because
what are you doing?
I wanted to keep some of his bluffs in.
What are
I
his
should be check
bluffs?
raising here. Either that or I should have led. I probably should just be leading, like bet
Lead. He's
big.
got 63 behind, 70
Right.
behind. Or you can go if you. I mean, what does he lead here? He's got bluffs that lead, but he's also got a lot of inelastic hands. Them
Yeah.
aren't gonna. You're not going to
But
fuck
I don't think
off
at
this
the
thing.
point when he checks back flop, I don't think he has overpairs. He's gonna have a lot of ace X of hearts never gonna fold.
Yep.
Um, he's gonna have, I mean, anything with hearts. Anything with a heart is never gonna fold. Obviously, if he already has made hearts, he's never folding.
What's so great about this and him being so short is that you can check raise to a size that he's never folding to when he has any heart or anything,
Right.
and you can then because he's so short stack, I mean, you get all the money in easily, or you can just check raise huge and make him put all his money in with his single ace of hearts.
Yeah. And then we get this, and here I did elect for the check raise,
He's fishy.
and he goes small. Um, so I went huge, and he called it off, and
He
he
checks
did
that
have an
over there.
overpair. He checked back an overpair on that flop, and I win a decent pot. And now, um, what hand was this? I don't even know why this is in here. I don't even know what this hand is. So we're gonna see. Open, and this is the pocket. Oh shit! I forgot to do that. So this is pocket jacks guy again, and we get three bet. And I think because of the sizing, probably, I mean, this is terrible, but especially because he is three bet one time. Oh, because he jammed. That's why I called. Okay. That's what that three bet was. I lost it for a second. Oh, nope. Wrong. So anybody else, anybody think about ISOing here or
Yeah,
I'm folding. He squeezed you, right?
he
got
jammed? He
nothing
was a
behind.
super shorty.
Oh, he doesn't have anything behind. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he jammed. That's what, because at first when we were going through, I was looking, I'm like, why the hell did I? And then I realized, okay, he jammed. So we
I
know
mean,
anybody thinking of ISOing here or
yeah, just force him out. 24 big blinds.
yeah,
I mean, the only thing that worries me about that is that he is so short that maybe he's just gonna call you off with his
right.
44.
And I think
But
maybe that's why I
you
didn't.
probably you have a better hand a lot of the time, even when he does call. I mean, he's
Yeah,
super capped.
I think if I'm suited, I consider ISOing more. Um, that way if he does rip it, I'm able to, it's an easier either that or ISOing big enough that he's all in.
He's gonna be
Yeah, and
able to
he may
call. I
call
think he's
off
gonna
some
call with a
worse
lot of
ace
worse.
X.
Yeah, he's probably calling a lot of worse ace X's. And
Yeah, I
I
think
think he
worst
can just
case I'm
rip it.
probably flipping.
I did
But
that
I call
play on Wednesday night with King Queen offsuit. Forced everybody out because I had that happen, and it worked out great. And I would never do that normally, but they were all so capped because they just called my initial raise. I jammed for basically what barely reopened the pot, so I re-jammed on top and forced them all.
yeah. Yeah, I would probably ISO versus if he's got a normal stack, but that small stack, and I probably should have just ISO'd big and I should have just jammed so that he's playing for all of his. Um, and against more rational players, I might, but I mean, you can see he's never kind of once he puts money in pre-flop, he's just not folding. So, oh, whoa, what's that? I've never seen that. Oh, he bets. I check, and this is where I say, all right, we're gonna play for all of it or none of it. Even though I didn't go all in, I kind of told him, you're either putting it all in or I think at that point, I mean, the only thing he maybe has 8, 9. Other than that, I'm not really worried about anything. And he got it all in with Jack 7.
Right, all in
And he
his part.
and he ripped King 3.
Nice hand, sir.
Um, now am I going this way?
Why did you check raise
Uh,
that?
what was that?
Why did you check raise that him?
Um, if I get top pair, top kicker against a short stack, we're gonna play for it all. Um, he's either going to, I mean, he doesn't have
You're
many
saying because you
stacks.
you got a thick value hand that you know
I think I have enough value to
he's
play for his stack. If we're deeper stacked, yeah, I just
you
flat
know.
there.
I
But
mean, I just don't want to generate fold equity here. Like I think I have the best hand most of the time. I don't want to generate fold equity here by check raising him. But then again, he's short, so what is he folding? I mean, I guess they will call off with random bullshit. So
like Jack
I'm
7,
in between. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm in between on it. It depends on the player, I guess. Some players are just never calling there, but I guess there's enough of them that are just gonna they hit a pair, they're putting the money in.
yeah, and I just kind of I felt like it was enough that like, he's either got it or he doesn't. It's either gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt much if he does. There's not a ton that he's betting here and folding, I don't think. And obviously, Jack 7 is enough for him to get it in.
I mean, in actuality, I guess it turns out. I mean, it works out.
Yeah.
I just think I would have gone bet.
Which hand is this? The name. All right, so I open. Oh, I know what this hand is. Okay, so um, let's get to the point where right here, decent flop multi-way. Check. I go with a B33, and then we get this action.
Tough spot.
Standard, standard.
A
Hmm.
standard shove.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every single time I shove
Now,
here in position every time.
yeah. Now let's look at our fishy friend stats here. He's a 51-5,
Over how many hands?
456.
Yeah, I generally think you're going to see a lot of combo draws and flush draws here. Sometimes you're going to run into sets, but mostly I think it's just
Now let's look at notes.
I should just play with a guy that this all the time. On Wednesday, he would, if he hit top pair, he did it with 10-7 on a board almost exactly like this. And the guy folded ace 10 too.
Shoved, open shoved a king 7-3 rainbow flop for 35x pot with king deuce off. Has 3-bet jam queen 10 off from small blind for 80 big blinds.
Yeah, we're calling.
I do. And he had queen 10.
crazy. There's an
What a
answer.
great play by him. Nice hand. You played it great, buddy. You just got unlucky.
Yeah. Ooh, this guy. So, yeah. I mean, um, when I have the gold label like this means like super whale.
So a question for you,
As
do you ever increase your RFI size here at this table with this hand? Against a
I'm
guy who's
opening it, I'm a little bit. I'm opening to 3.
okay.
I probably could go bigger because he is a 78-3 with a 0 3-bet. And granted, it's only 105 hands, but um, and then we have a 43 with a 15 3-bet, which I'm not super concerned about his 3-bet. So we go multi-way. I get this flop. And now, mind you, this guy will get fairly aggressive. Like he will donk pot with any pair, and he will not fold a pair.
All right, you have to fold down. He's got ace king.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So he calls. And I go small because he also just doesn't fold the flop ever almost. Um which I don't know why. It's so he says he's
That
folding,
doesn't
but if he
make
has any,
sense. If you're saying he never folds, you got thick value. Just put more money in if he's never folding on the flop.
and he dunks. Why'd I call? Oh, because this he had just. I had just. We didn't have a ton of hands on him, and I'm multi-tabling. So this was he got this green label after the fact. This is where I kind of started figuring out what he's doing. That's why this hand's in here. Um,
Okay,
and
if
then
we
I
get
got the
into
nuts
it. What did
almost.
you, what?
You don't have the nuts paired board.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
just
said the
called?
nuts almost.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm just learning, figuring this guy out. Yes.
You have
Um,
you have to raise here though.
Either way, I'm raising. I don't care if I don't know this guy at all.
What does he show up here with? Yeah, you got to raise.
yes, I do. Um, but call the C bet and then donk turn and then bet river. So
Would he
now
ever
here's where
donk a set there? Like that doesn't. I mean, the only thing possible is a five, or is like and that's great. He's not beating you with a five.
yeah. So um
It's
this
like
is
they're
where
weird.
wow, that's a lot of ace queen hands, but not on purpose. So now that was I've seen that. I've seen some other stuff. Um hmm. So here on the button, multi-way, ace queen. I think we three bet sometimes here. I can four bet or I can call sometimes. At this point, I call because of him. I'm doing everything I can to keep him in. I'm starting to see this guy's a gold mine. He is paying off everything, right?
I was gonna shit on you, but I actually kind of like it.
Um, so he calls
What the hell
again.
is going on?
Get this beauty of a flop. So we get a
You
one
check.
big blind bet. So again, I keep it kind of small because I want to keep him in.
I'm just asking why you're saying that though, because you said the guy calls like everything on the flop usually. So
Well,
why
if
not
you're
just
not
go
on the
bigger?
flop, if you don't go, if you start going pretty big, he'll start folding. When you
Okay.
bet small, he calls.
Okay. That's what you meant by it. Because you said that before, and I was like, well, then just go big. Like we should go big then if he's gonna do
And
that.
then once he calls the flop, as you can see, zero folds. Once he gets to the turn, he doesn't fold. So then we can start hammering him.
Okay.
So then it goes call call. Now I'm a little oh yeah, this is why this hand's in here. And then we get this beautiful turn there. Check. And this guy just jams. Remember, this is the guy that bet one big blind on the flop and then called my little raise. And I flip flopped here between raising and folding or raising and calling. I'm never folding. What does everyone else think?
Do we want to deny equity to villain one or not? I mean, we kind of do, I think. I don't know.
So,
I think our hand is strong enough. Well, is he folding? Let's give him bad odds to draw to a flush. What I would say. Let's raise.
um, yeah, but I kind of felt like on the flop, he plays pretty face up. He opens decently wide, and he's kind of conservative. So he's in there with a lot of ace X still. He's
Is
in
his ace
there
X
with
folding?
if I raise here, his random ace X may fold. We start to fold out his king X that gets here. I call. I want to kind of see he's going to do. We're shallow enough that if he calls, we're already at, a .7 SPR. Um, I don't,
I only say because of the hands that you're not going to get paid by on the river.
right.
Like all of the, I mean, he's a large portion of his range is flush draws. Is yeah, I mean, if he plays face up, he's probably gonna come out and bet a lot of his ace on the flop, and then instead of checking it, and then, but if he's a face up passive player, what it sounds like he's going to be just calling with his flush draws. So let's just make it very unprofitable for him to call.
Yeah, he's also going to tell me a lot where, remember, broken man. I dropped down to lowest stakes because my confidence is gone.
Tell.
And then he jams. And I tanked for a minute. I didn't love this spot.
I wouldn't love
Um,
it either. Be
he could
overvaluing a hand will be
he could
capable.
be overvaluing something. He could have got trappy on the flop when it went small bet raise. He could have got trappy on the flop. I didn't know, and I end up folding.
He just did this in G2 players. He doesn't really have any
Yeah,
value of you folding, doesn't really change anything because he's got to beat the other guy.
yeah. Well, the other guy's all in.
Yeah.
So
I
it was an
mean,
ISO over a jam. This guy donk jammed on the because remember I raised the flop, so he donked out, donk jammed the turn when the queen peeled, and he showed up with
yep,
kings
there it is. I was about to say, I'd be fucking, I was sitting here. I don't know if I would call it. It's,
and ace queen.
wow. He's just like, I don't know. I think I probably pay it off in game, but I'm trying to think of
Yeah,
like why I would be able to pay it off because I don't think I should be able to because he just went. It went technically a raise, then re-raise. He called. Now donk jam. You call. I mean, he's got so many strong he's
yeah. So
jamming with. Like
obviously he was the pre-flop opener,
I mean, he even has just ace
um,
king that has you drawing two outs.
which his RFI EP is a little bit wider than optimal, but
Good
um,
fold. Very good fold.
when he checks this flop, one I that has me a little bit worried. And then check calls when it goes bet raise. I mean, technically it was bet raise, although in reality it was check B50 is how we want to look at that more. Um, I don't know. I just felt like he had enough that beat me that I mean, he has some ace king, he has aces, kings, queens, he has some jack 10, like jack 10 of diamonds gets here that way. I just
Yeah,
felt
I
like,
good fold. I don't know if I would have found it.
and that one I was kind of proud of myself for that fold. Now we get into
A
the
really good
bragging
fold.
hands. Now we get into bragging. So our gold mine friend is still here. We're at the same table. His gold outline. This baby blue outline is players that are generally fairly passive post. As you can see by his 23% C bet. So we get a limp, a min click, a call. Obviously, we're all calling here. Anybody thinking about three betting? Or anybody making an argument for folding?
In between call and fold. I think you just call. I
Yeah, I
fold,
don't know
but
if I'm ever folding because of him. Not to a min
just
click
call.
here. If he ISOs up to like 5 or 6, then I can start folding. But this
What
min
does blue
click
mean?
with
They're terrible. Blue means they're bad.
blue is fairly like pretty much super passive post flop. He's obviously not good. He's a 44-14 with a minus 52 per or minus 52 big blinds per 100. And that's over 2,000 hands. So that's not even a small sample size. This guy's just terrible. So yeah, I call. And would you look at that sweet baby there?
Pretty
He's not
nice
gonna
one.
stab, but I figure I'm gonna check and see what happens. And we get a two big blind stab, donk from the super whale. So I elect to call. Um, we check. Nice hand. Oh no, Dean, that guy never has pocket kings there. I guess he could. And by this point, I've seen enough that against him, if I have top pair or better, I'm just getting all the money in. Because, like I said, he bets pot with a pair or better. So he bet the flop tiny. He probably has nothing. He bets pot here. I'm saying, okay. So I put it, this is where I put in the check raise versus the pot size bet. Because now he's telling me he's got a pair. So it goes bet, min click, three bet. I call, and now we get less than one SPR, brick turn. Anyone here think check or what's everyone
I
thinking?
just put it in. Just put it in.
That's what I did. He's never folding a pair. I just put it in, and we get a absolute snap call. I mean, this guy, like, I was like, oh shit. He called so fast that I think I said, oh shit. 7-5 offsuit.
Perfect. Wow.
I thought you were trying
Yeah.
to push me around.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. And
I mean,
then, yes, very deserving of the gold tag. Here we go. This is another bragging hand. And then the next one is I think I made a huge mistake. So again, did I go in the right order? No, I did not. Um, for some reason there was a ton of ace queen hands, ace queen off. So here I ISO. Again, we got baby blue and we got golden whale. All fold. Heads up against the whale. I get this flop. He checks. So what I said, he's not folding very often to a small bet. And for some reason I went big
oh,
bet. I don't know. Because he had fully entered whale mode. Like if I go back, you can see this guy has a bigger stack now due to him. This guy's won some chips now due to him. So he calls. We get the 7 and he donks. And I look at his stack size and I say he's never ever folding any pair. If he's got somehow he hit the gutter ball, he's got the straight, he's got a set, he's got two pair, whatever. I'll pay it off because he's never folding a pair. And I think a couple hands in between the last hand and this hand, I did win a decent pot to him because he called down bottom pair and spiked two pair on the river. That's just going to happen with this player type. Against this player type, I literally am never folding anything better than top pair ever on any board texture, any run out. If I have top pair or better, I the money is going in. Maybe it's a little punty, I don't know. And he shows up with Jack 10 or Jack 7.
that's good.
Floated the flop with a backdoor straight flush draw.
I
And
think you should
then
be trying to bluff him off of him.
oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna bluff him always. And yeah, I literally I'm scrapping like what the fuck? Because when I jammed there after he donks pot on the turn, I jam. It was a snap call, like no decision. Me have pair, me call. Win another nice pot. So this is where I think I made oh no, I went the wrong way. Sorry. This is where I think I make a huge blunder. Um, so this guy just got to the table. Um, I open, obviously ace queen suited, and I get this small-ish three bet call. So this is where I think my blunder is. I four bet, and then yeah, we were being a smart ass, Dean. I'm literally I'm never ever bluffing this guy. I'm probably never even folding second pair to him. I'm not ever folding top pair or better. Um, so then I get this weird five bet sizing that he five bets three quarter two-thirds of his stack and then fold, and I fold. I don't think this is ever anything except aces. But where I'm asking my blunder, what do you guys think about just flatting here and seeing a flop with the mega whale instead of four betting? Like I don't hate the four bet here.
You want to be heads up in position with the mega whale, so I like the four
I
bet.
think this hand likes a call. I think this hand, I think that regardless of the mega whale, I think this hand class likes a call. Ace queen suited is kind of, let's see, a flop hand.
Versus now the reason my logic for the four bet
You
is
want to
this guy
isolate the first.
is well, he's three betting quite a bit for I mean to have that many three bets and always 100% agree. He's only been four bet once, but he folded. I don't mind taking down the pot. And as soon as I four bet, I was like, fuck, that might have been a mistake. Um,
The button player is three betting a lot.
the button player,
What's his three bet
he
frequency?
15%. That's fairly high.
Yeah, that is high. Yeah, so I I think you've got a good point then. I mean, that changes it, but I think I prefer a call with this hand. This hand does,
After the fact, literally as soon as I fired the four bet, before because he kind of tanked five bet it. As
yeah,
soon as I fired the four bet, I said, I think that's a fucking mistake. I don't want to
yeah. It
chase
really
this guy
wants
out of the
to.
pot. I
This
don't
hand
want to
really wants
chase.
to see a flop. Like if you look in solver, there's a tons of situations where we with eights considered we just call three bets. We just don't have this in our four bet range. But I understand
Yeah,
why you're doing it in this weird configuration, but I think I prefer just a call.
yeah. When it goes small size four bet or three bet from a player
Yeah,
who
it is small
has
size.
shown that he's going to actively three bet, um, and then which is really because I mean obviously he's kind of a maniac. He's a 51-34.
Yeah.
He's a little loosey goosey, even at only 86 hands. He's going to be a little bit of a loosey goosey player that is going to three bet free. He's three betting frequently. He's opening frequently. So I go. That's why I go the bigger size four bet, and he tanks it a little bit, and that's why I was like, shit. I should have just called and kept both of them in. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, we
we
don't
all
like going multi-way, but I think this hand really just this particular hand, ace queen suited, really just wants to see a flop, right? And
this
it's
hand in particular, and not just this hand, because of who was in the hand,
yeah.
right?
I think ace queen off is a fold here, but I think ace queen suited is better suited as a queen as a call. I see your point about
I honestly,
multi-way.
I don't know if I'm ever folding ace queen off here. Ace queen off, I'm just calling. I'm not even considering a four bet with
Ace
ace
queen
queen
off
off
has a lot of problems in this configuration. I mean, this often is going to be a fold with ace queen off because
against
it's
normal
got reverse
ranges. Yeah,
implied against. Yeah, I see your point. He's got 15%, but
yeah, we're against normal ranges. Absolutely. If it goes, I open cutoff, button three bets, cold call from the big blind, Yeah, ace queen off against normal rational players, absolutely snap fold. When it
Yeah.
goes smallish three bet, cold call big blind with an 80 VPIP and a 51 VPIP, I think ace queen off is a snap call every time. Um, and ace queen off
Ace Queen off is a
normally,
very tough hand to play out of position after that time.
yeah, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not getting fancy. I'm gonna see what happens. You know, he donks. I call. Um, I think even ace queen off against these V pips and this three bet. I don't think I'm ever folding.
All right.
Um,
I can understand your point.
especially against a guy who just is not folding a pair post flop ever.
Okay.
I'm gonna if I make a pair and he folds, which obviously now, I mean, results oriented, I'm 99% sure he had aces. Um, but I think my blunder here, and the blunder is not the fact that I four bet ace queen. The blunder is the fact that I four bet ace queen with an absolute whale in the hand.
I see your point.
That's my blunder. And he's deep enough too with, his high VPIP that he's pretty wide. There's a high likelihood at this point that I have the best hand. Um, obviously this weird four bet size, I don't think I ever have the best hand. I think this is aces and only aces. Every once in a while it could be aces.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Um
I snap
with
folded
this,
ace king like 7 times in the last 3 nights.
yeah.
Snap fold. I'm like, yeah, fuck no.
Yeah,
Oh, I
and
had aces. I thought you were gonna call there. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna call your aces when it's the most obvious thing I've ever seen in my life. We limp from EP and then re-raise your open. I'm like, yeah.
and that's I just think fuck, I think it's and obviously maybe being results oriented, it might not have been the four bet wasn't a huge mistake because I don't run into his buzz saw. But I think given the information we have here, I mean, anyone else have thoughts, or is that? I mean,
I think you just
this is
call. I was confused about the configuration of this table at first, and now I didn't realize for whatever reason I thought it was the whale that opened to like a bigger size or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, just call then. But I was
no, he was
I
he
was
was the
not in
big
there.
blind.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention enough.
Yeah, I
My
opened the
AirPods died,
cutoff. I get the weird three bet sizing,
which
a
even
little
more is
small,
aces. Like that's even more aces when he does that
right?
size.
And against he had just gotten to the table, so obviously this hand is from, or a lot of this history is from previous um engagements. And I actually I checked, I undid the filters and I just looked at this table, and he literally, I think this is his third hand at the table.
I have a question. If you're on the button, say, does he have, if he has aces, would you just
Oh,
call?
ninth.
Would you just call with aces on the button here with the whale and the big blind?
If it was I'm here with aces and it goes cut off three
Yeah,
bet or
yeah.
open, and then just you're talking just completely flat here,
Would you just flat to
not even
keep
three
the,
bet the aces.
yeah, that's my question. Would you just flat and try and keep the whale in?
I think I would actually,
Interesting.
given that he is willing to, on some pretty wild textures, put his whole stack in the middle with bottom pair. Um, and no, I don't. I mean, he's probably seen two hands where this guy put his stack in. I think he might know that, he might not know. And I checked the session stats. Um, he has nine hands in this session. So, in nine hands, yeah, he's probably seen that this guy's a whale.
Okay.
So I for
Well,
sure with aces here, once it goes this weird three bet and then call once he gets the four bet here, if roles are reversed and I'm looking at this guy, who's obviously he probably doesn't I don't have much on this guy. Yeah, I'm probably just flatting aces here no
it
matter
makes
what.
sense. I would flat aces there. If you can keep that other guy in, is what you want so badly.
Yeah, I'm probably even against the first raise, the open. I'm probably just flatting the aces.
Yeah. Man,
And
you just want
then
him in so bad.
especially and then we have a guy here who's three betting frequently enough and squeezing I mean frequently enough that I'm cool with even if I flat here and he squeezes, then yeah, I can put in big old back raise. Thanks, Robert. Have a good weekend. Yeah, I know. Given what I know about this player, how punchy he is, I don't even think I'm three betting the aces. I think I'm just flatting them.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's one of the few times I might ever flat with aces if there's someone like him that's just never folding a pair. So I just pray for him to hit a pair on the flop and then just get all of his money.
Yeah, and mind you, by this I mean he is so 70 hands. Oh, so he had to have run kind of hot. Um, oh yeah, because that's going to be session stats.
Don't assume that he's such a good player.
Yeah. Um, so he had to have won. He's won some big pots at some point in time. Because I'm pretty sure he's been stacked like five or six times at this point in the session.
Maybe it's a good player that's wildly drunk.
Yeah, possibly.
Uh,
Or he normally plays 1,000 NL, and he decided to come down to play some 10-cent NL to fuck around.
all right. Well, next hand.
That is it for me.
Oh, okay. I have some if nobody else has
Yeah,
any.
Brian, I think you are the last participant to hand histories.
Best for last. No, I'm just kidding. Worst for last. Let's, let's show a limp pot. Make it interesting. All right. Okay. My main thing, honestly, a lot of the time I'm going to raise deuces or ISO with deuces, but not from the big blind, I would say.
This would be
Um,
very difficult to play out of position multi-way.
yeah, exactly. What do you mean? Like, well, that's the thing is I'm okay with playing this as we hit a set or we don't and just folding.
Yeah.
If I'm on the button, I'm gonna absolutely ISO them every time to an early position raise. If I'm in position in general, I'm likely gonna try and isolate with this hand. Um, but here, I just check, which seems incredibly passive for me.
I think this
Um,
is a hand class that you play like this.
yeah,
You got to think about how this plays post. Let's say you go, what would your ISO size be to 15?
no, I would ISO here to like 25
All right,
because
so
of
you're playing
all these calls.
25. You've got probably two callers.
I mean, yeah, I really wanted to get heads up, so I'm definitely gonna go 25. But I don't even,
Yeah.
if I wanted to get heads up, I wanted to get heads up with this guy mostly. And that's unlikely. It's probably going to be this guy a lot of the time,
I
considering
would
he
ISO
limps
this
VP.
on the button, but
Yeah,
I'm not going to ISO it in this position. I'm just going to play bingo.
that's kind of what I was thinking is that from the button, I'm definitely ISOing here. But with, I don't want to play with a terrible position, the
Yeah.
second worst relative position. So I just end up checking it through here. And we flop bottom set
This is
on
a
a
very interesting spot.
monotone board. And we have two super passive. Like this guy's gonna jam with anything. Like he will legitimately just open jam hands that are strong.
That is
Uh,
going to put you in a very fucked up spot.
Yeah. Um, a lot of the time he does. It's very weird what he does it with. I really can't tell you. It seems like he kind of is just got a bunch of random shit going on in his head because it doesn't seem like there's any like rhyme or reason. It seems like sometimes he's just jamming for whatever, for no reason. Like he's jammed super nutted hands and jammed like weak top pair hands as well. I mean, I guess he's polar. I guess I've never seen him do it as a bluff, but. And honestly, I'm kind of wondering about what I think here. Like, do you guys think that these boards are likely to get stabbed
Um,
monotone?
yeah, I think anybody's got like it. I mean, it's kind of like, do you have a diamond or not? But I think people are going to stab it often with the ace of diamonds and king of diamonds.
Okay. I kind of went the opposite route. I thought that this board is is unlikely to get stabbed a lot of the time. I didn't. I just don't. I just don't even know because it seems like when I'm playing and think people don't go too crazy on monotone boards
Yeah,
whenever.
monotone boards are weird. They're definitely
Yeah,
weird.
it seems like people don't go crazy on them. Um, it's also player dependent. Like I know people that go get very aggressive when they have a pair here to try and deny equity to the flush draws. But then I also know people that will just check down over pairs because they're scared somebody flopped a flush. So it's player dependent, and I don't know the players that well. This is my first time with him. I had just seen him do a lot of weird shit. Um,
Well, you're also in the middle of the sandwich, out of position to two players. I think on this texture, the wettest of all textures, I would prefer a check actually and see what happens. There's very
I let
few
it.
situations where we fold, but I would like a check to see what happens.
I agree. I think that the check is a better play. I'm gonna check raise this often. And honestly, if it happens, if he jams, I'm calling. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I have odds to boat up, and
it's uncomfortable, but yeah, we
yeah,
gamble.
he's capable of doing that with a five, I think, and he's
Okay.
capable of doing it with flushes. He's capable of doing it with a lot of different hands. So I would call off the jam for sure, but I just lead here, which I think I like a check raise better. Um,
Yeah, I would check and see what these guys are up to. I mean, so the value of checking really is,
yeah, it's
and
seeing what they
especially
do.
massively multi-way here, is seeing what's up. Yeah, seeing what they do. It's really, I think everybody says, well, we get all the rules are out of the out the window because it's a limp pot. Well, I don't think so. I think we still want to check here when we're out of position to multiple players because, as you said, we want to see what's up.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this is a mistake. I think I should be checking here often. It's just kind of in my head. A lot of the time, it seems like monotone boards are very docile, and I don't really want
Yeah,
that. I don't want this to go check through a
yeah,
lot of the
you're
time.
pretty deep. Yeah,
So I'm trying to. I mean, there's not much I can really do to build a pot. So I bet five
This,
dollars.
I mean,
I
at
would check.
that absolute sizing, it's not like you're betting huge. That
Yeah.
five is almost the same as a check. Like a flush and a straight are still going to raise.
Uh-huh.
So
It's
And
I would check here a lot.
well, I continue to bet here because I still want him to raise his strong shit, which I don't love either that I did this
The
because
problem with that is that you're
likely to slow
probably
play.
not gonna fold. Your boat outs are have got infinite implied odds here because you are so deep.
That's true.
Your implied odds
Um,
are very
yeah,
big here.
and
So
they're never going to raise. They're most. I mean, most players are not generally going to raise their king of diamonds, queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds, but they're also never folding them.
yeah,
well,
that's
yeah, I think you
And
benefit
then,
more from
yeah, if
checking here
check two, they may bet them, but they're never raising them.
because you're essentially, yeah, you're kind of turning your set into a bluff here.
I still just want him to tell me where he's at, is
So you're
essentially.
trying to you're betting small to induce.
Yeah, I kind of want him to like
I
when
don't
he has
think.
strong
Well, are you?
flushes.
The problem with that is, are you folding to his raise?
No, I'm calling a
Then
reasonable size. If he jams, I will fold because I don't have great equity to call a jam here.
no, you don't. You don't know.
Yes. So I would
I
jam
would
to, I'll
prefer to
fold to
check
his
here.
jam for sure.
I mean, I think a lot of people don't like to check here because it implies weakness, and we don't have a diamond. Fine, true. You
Um,
you just really want to be able to see a river and hope for a board pair.
so part of the reason for betting here is that some slim portion of the time I still have the best hand, and if I bet $5, I can get a five to call or a four to call here when I bet so tiny. So
All right.
I don't, and obviously I don't want to when I go bigger, I'm gonna get called by flushes a lot of the time, which you
Yeah,
know
you
that's not
are.
I'm not doing great against them. I don't like the way I played this, don't get me wrong, Larry. But then of
Okay, no
course
worries.
I get bailed out.
Nice. All right, now you
Major
got the best
bailout.
hand. You're
And now
best
I'm
hand
trying to
95% of the time.
yeah, I'm not targeting his fives anymore or anything because I just don't think it's worth it at this
No,
point. So let's target his flushes that Scott here. So I think he's got a lot of weak flushes in this spot.
this is a
Um,
primary. Oh, yeah, but I still think you overbet here.
but yeah, I don't think that I'm never. You think I'm not over betting? That's insane. Um, I'm absolutely targeting flushes now, but I'm trying to think of like how much would a seven high flush call? And honestly, I don't like. I think that I misjudged it. I think I can go bigger. I bet 50 into it then, because I think I can go 75 at least for a seven high flush to call.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't know. What do you? I think 75 is probably the right size. You guys are not going to believe what he shows up with, but but that's kind of what I'm thinking is the right play is something like 75, even 100. If I knew his exact two cards, I would have just jammed.
I don't
But
think I think I would have gone 50. I think 50 is a 2x pot, right?
yes,
Wow,
look at this hand,
he's slow playing.
and then just called the river, which is, I mean, I would have owned myself in that situation, but I I just don't understand what the hell's going on right now. But yeah, I guess we
Yeah, that's
get,
crazy.
and he tanked too. He didn't even like snap call me.
Well, he's got second nuts in the board paired.
I mean, yeah,
So he's got clear and you 2x rivered. You 2x potted it. He's reasons to be concerned with
Think about if
his
it's the run out is
hand.
10 of hearts, 10 of spades, how different that goes. You know what I mean?
what do you mean? Oh, 10 of hearts, 10 of spades. Oh, yeah.
And then yeah, you might get his whole stack.
Yeah. I just, I don't even know what the hell is going on there. I was so confused on this, and I was like, I mean, I think that for what I'm ranging him for, at least my river bet's good for what I'm like ranging him at is
Yeah,
weak
I mean
flushes.
he's beaten by the naked ace of diamonds now, which is definitely in your range for the way you played it. Yeah, I can understand why he did raise.
Can't. I would have raised, I
And the
would,
board is
but I wouldn't
and
go
the board is
huge.
paired.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. That just seems insane to me that you're not raising at any point during that hand either. What are you? You're just worried that I have the ace.
I would have raised you on flop. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you would as well. I would assume you
But
would, but I mean, you don't really want these two guys sitting with the naked ace of diamonds to call. I mean, you don't love it when they call. They have a lot of equity. You're okay with them folding, and then so I mean, you should just raise there. But that's why it's profitable to play against these people. Um,
yeah. One more? You got two, you said?
I technically have five, but we can do. We don't have to do all of them. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you got more?
Um,
Yeah, go ahead. You got time.
so I ISO queen five. This guy folds, surprising. I remember this hand, or queen jack suited. Okay, we flop top pair, and this is where I'm deviating. Um, I think this hand's good enough to just go bet, 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 and if I get told that that's not good, then I fold. This guy's not deep as it says he is. They're like the same stack. They both got like 215. Um, checks to me. I bet small here though. I think I can go bigger here. I think we should just be charging the flush draws more. If I'm gonna go bet, we might as well just go to like 30 here and just charge the flush draws, the weaker queens. We're not gonna get a whole lot of money from 7x in general anyways, so let's target those parts of the range, I think, is the best play. So I just like this. Do you what do you think? What do you people think?
Um, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, I would have checked sometimes too,
Yeah, I mean,
but
this is my
it's fine. I think yeah. I mean, the way you talk about your pull, they play pretty face up, so I think this is.
yeah, most of them play pretty face up. There's a couple. I ran into one good player again too recently. I wouldn't actually he's very poor pre-flop, but he knows how to play post. Like he plays a like street poker post flop pretty
Street
well.
guy, yeah.
He's pretty good post flop, but his pre-flop game is trash. Just tons of cold calling three bets and stuff like that. But when he plays post flop, he makes a lot of good plays that I've noticed. Um, he turned his top pair into a bluff the other day, which I was impressed by. Um, so we get two calls. So what are their ranges? King X or Queen X, 7x. They can have straight draws around this area, flush draws. Um, so yeah, that's what I think their ranges are. So now I'm going to go big to charge those draws, and their Queen X that doesn't beat mine. Um, so we go 85 into 94, basically 95, almost pot, pretty much. And then we get called in both spots, which is interesting. I still think I have the best hand here often, um, until now. Can we ever call here?
I think we drastically overfold.
Yep, I did. This is a bragging hand because I'm so proud of myself for folding. Because I could have just been like, oh, well, what does it matter? He's a 30, less than 30% pot bet. Like, let's just call it off. Sometimes he
Mhm.
might not have it, but he's guys it every single time, so there's no point in calling here. Because
Mhm.
even his straight draw got there, if he had it, even his flush draw gets there, straight draw gets there. What is he doing this with? If he's just gonna go check, jam the river when every draw gets there, we just gotta fold, unfortunately. So I did, and he actually did show it. Jack five of
Nice
diamonds.
answer.
Yeah, he played it great because I was definitely going to continue to bet the river if he didn't do that. But we lose that one. This one's interesting. I think I made a stupid play
So you are opening to 25?
straddle.
The straddles to 5. Oh, so the button straddles to 5, right?
Button straddle five, call here, open to 25, then
Got
that
it.
becomes
Okay, that
my
makes
ISO
sense.
size.
All right, you're ISOing. Got
The ISO worked great, obviously.
it.
So this is a
So
bunch of
this is
bullshit.
really this is a hellacious spot. I
Yes.
think you might, I don't, so if you're at 275, right?
Hmm.
And the pot is already 125, I think you get some bluff jams here.
So this same situation happened to me twice, and one reopened the pot and one didn't. The one that reopened the pot, I bluff jammed with King Queen. This is the one where it wasn't reopened. I don't
Oh, he
think it
did
was,
not reopen the action. Good point.
yes. So this was the one where he didn't reopen, and I wasn't able to. And I was like, well, this is just a bunch of bullshit. It's actually crazy that this happened twice, was where I was in the same spot with King Queen twice. This is one I was able to reopen and one was not. So. I mean, he's got a bunch of bullshit here. They're capped, so I'm not folding, and they can't re-raise anyways. So I make the call. Um, kind of need to hit a flop right now. We're out of position to two players.
Yeah, this sucks.
Yep.
This really
So
sucks. I would check here.
yep, I checked. This guy it checks all the way through, I believe. So now this is where what I don't like is how much asex do we think they still have here? Like, I think that there's a lot less asex now
True.
when it checks all the way through. I think that there's a lot less of it. So I think I do have the best hand a good portion of the time.
Well,
Um,
there's also kind of an unwritten rule here.
yeah.
You have to beat the all-in player, and everybody else has to beat the all-in player.
Yes.
So this is more a tournament thing, but don't bet the dry side pot.
Hmm.
It's more a tournament thing. It doesn't really pertain as much to cash, but um,
It's more of a tournament thing, and that's more also in tournaments towards like on the bubble, or on a paid ladder jump where it's, implied collusion. You're checking it down to try and eliminate somebody.
yeah. So you've got here, I think, a marginal hand, and you've got to beat this guy who's got a lot of aces in his shoving range, obviously. I
Hmm.
prefer a check here.
I think I agree as well. I think that so what goes through my head here is that I think I have a better hand than both of them a lot of the time. I think they have hands that can call. They have turn flush draws, straight draws,
Yeah, that's valid.
pair plus straight draws, and I dominate all other queens. Because
Yeah,
they really shouldn't have a lot of ace queen in the range, and they just never have ace queen in this spot.
yeah.
Uh, and then I'm gonna find out real quick if they have queen jack. So I think I can bet for thin value here, was pretty much what the thought process is.
Okay.
I mean, I think it makes sense. I think that
Absolutely.
checking is like I also like don't really love because what you're talking about, I'm okay with building a side pot here.
Yeah.
When he just has ace X, I can take a bunch of money from their
Yeah, the
queen
board
X.
just got a lot wetter on this turn. That's your point.
Yeah, I think there's enough hands that are worse than mine that can call. I think I have the best hand a lot of the time is basically what I think here when it checks through. Maybe
Yeah.
not including this guy, but I just think I have the best hand a lot. So I think I can start to bet thinly for value. And I mean, I do represent that in my size here, which is I'd go very tiny because I'm trying to think of what will a queen call. I mean, instead of which is back and forth again because what I don't want to value in myself either, so it kind of forced me into the small size. So if I was playing this normally and I had a thick value hand, I'm gonna go bigger here to target all of their their flush draws and pair plus straight draws and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's got a wet. It's kind of a wet board.
Yes. So, but my hand also doesn't really want to go huge for value because, yeah, I think that there's a large portion of their aces that are removed. I still think there are aces within the range. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay. So I go small here. We get called by this guy. We get called in two spots.
Yeah.
And now we river the queen.
Interesting. So I think you've got
And
a pretty clear value here now.
yeah, I think that I have the best hand almost all the time here.
Uh-huh.
I think that Queen Jack would have likely raised me here at some point. I probably would have got raised on on this wet turn card with with straight draws and everything. I think maybe King 10 of hearts is the only hand that wouldn't raise here that has me crushed. So I just think I have the best hand often. Um, and now I'm just trying to target. I mean, like they have all their pair plus flush draws are they're not calling a lot now. Like if it was a Jack X or whatever it was, I think that they don't have a ton of ace X. So let's just target the Queen X that I have beat. Is what my thought process is here. So I go 150.
Yeah.
This guy jams. This guy folds. I think he's very capable of doing this with the worst queen. So I call. I was correct. This guy actually showed three deuce too, which is hilarious.
You
Um,
should three twos
yes.
suited at
Yeah.
least.
No.
That's insane.
Oh,
That's a
this guy
crazy
was.
$700 hand, man.
Yes, it was very interesting. And I was just kind of running to run through my like I
This
felt like
guy,
I
he had
thought
queen 10
about it.
off.
Yes.
Man, this fucking game is lit.
Oh, it's insane. This table was crazy. This table got like so it got this was one of the best tables I've ever I went one guy opened, he said I'm gonna blind open to $40. I pick up ace king, like two hands over. I re-raise to like 150, basically forcing everybody out. He blind jams. He's like, all right, I'm all in for like 200. So I call off. Obviously, I have ace king, and he hasn't even looked at his cards, and he waits till the entire showdown and flips over one ace and flips over another ace, and had blind jammed with had no idea he had pocket aces.
Are you sure he blind jammed?
Yes, he was blind. 100 He said it. He put the money in before he even was dealt his cards. He
Okay.
didn't look at his cards once, and he sat there. He said, "I'm just gonna do it." He's like, "Whatever." And then he was like flipping for stacks at the end of the night with people, and then doing like blind flips and all this crap. I mean, it was a good table to
When
be
you
at.
guys do flip, when people do flips down there, do they do PLO flips? They just do hold'em flips.
They do hold'em flips, and the dealer, like a lot of the time, if everyone's cool with it, the dealer just won't deal anybody else into the hand and say, "All right, the two of them are just gonna flip for stacks." So. I mean, at one point there was like four guys that did like a 150 flip, all of them, and then one guy got walked out. I mean, that was like the end of the night. I don't understand what's wrong with these people. They sat there all night building up their stack, and now they're like, all right, let's flip for them.
I've seen it before. Degens, man. I mean, they
It's
they want to
insane.
go they want to go home empty, or they want to go home with a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I'm okay with walking out with a $50 loss or
They just
a
don't.
$100 win.
They're just not thinking about poker the way they're fucking gambling. You're not thinking about poker the
They're
way
not
you are.
thinking about long-term EV. They're thinking about today. I walked in here with $600 and I didn't plan on walking out with any of it. So
Yeah, that's true.
So I want to walk. Yeah, I want to walk out. Is it with 0 or 2000?
Yeah, I mean, the one guy that I was saying that plays good street poker was the guy that did the blind 40 and caught and had pocket aces, and
Mhm.
he played a tournament earlier that day, won the tournament, made 1,200 and walked out minus $60 because he just kept playing for the rest of the day. And I was like, dude, what is as they go home? Like you've been here for 20 hours. You already won a tournament. You're up 1,200 bucks. You played cash, won. Like, just get the hell out of here.
yeah,
But
you'll
Some
see a
people
lot
are
of tournament
addicts. I mean,
players
that's
come over to
why it's
cash and just
profitable.
get absolutely smacked.
oh, that's
I've
that's
seen
what
so many
Wednesday night.
tournament players lose all of their tournament winnings on the cash tables. I love it.
Oh, I love like Wednesday night, all the tournament. It's like the best tournament that they run there. It's a $100 tournament or whatever with a good prize
Uh,
pool and all this. And so everyone's out there and it's the most profitable. That was Wednesday night that that table was there because all of the
oh,
people, most 90% of the table was tournament players that busted out and came and they just throw and play like it's a tournament on cash. They have no clue what they're doing. They're just like, I mean, they don't even know what they're doing in tournaments, I doubt. So. I
right.
mean, it's one of the most profitable nights to play at the room is the Wednesday night tournament.
Yeah, we have
So,
the Tuesday night tournament at the room by me that it's a $20 rebuy that
oh, okay.
is they get packed out like regularly 2K plus to first place on a $20 rebuy tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And but they'll get players will bust out a tournament and they'll come like on that night. It sucks kind of if you're trying to play like actual poker because their minimum buy-in is $40. That they'll
Oh,
get
yeah.
tournament players that'll sit down and they'll buy in five, six, seven times for $40. And they're it's gonna get all in pretty quick or not.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting to say the least. These guys come over and they're either running it up big or they're getting stacked off early. It's pretty much what happens.
Yep. And it's a never-ending rotation of them.
Yeah, I love it. And this tournament has like 500 people that play in it in this
Oh,
tournament.
wow.
So it's just a constant rotation. They come over, and there's a bunch of old ladies that are just terrible that come and play, which I feel bad taking their money, but not really. I mean, they're like 80 years old. Okay. So we ISO for this EP limper and we have ace 10 offsuit. Technically this is like slightly light, but this guy's really bad, but he just maybe I'm biased, but the guy's run so good against me forever, all the time. Like he's just catches the most ridiculous shit, and I barely usually don't pay him. But he's like, oh, he's like, why didn't you call me there? Because you're just so obvious. So he donks though here, and I'm just never raising his donk here. I don't think it's ever a strong hand. I think he's got flush draws and marginal made hands that he does this with. So we're just gonna call here, and we're gonna evaluate the turn. So I really hate this card.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think, but this is an awful card in my book. All of his
So
marginal kings just became trips, and he continues on it for a small size. So this
Well,
is
this does
like
not look like the sizing of trips, does it? Especially his
exactly.
king.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking here is that this is a lot, that this can be a lot of flush draws, but this guy is like, he's super passive. He's he's basically only puts it in with the nuts. That's the only time he's playing shows any sign of aggression. So I don't think this eliminates kings from his range, but I do think that it downgrades the likelihood of him having kings here
Yeah,
when he
agreed.
goes pretty small here.
What about pocket fives?
He never has pocket fives here ever. He's never donking pocket
Because
fives for a small size, continuing for another small size after making a boat
some of those super nits
0% of the
will.
time. 0% of the time.
Okay.
I don't I mean I would completely even their donking range does not include a set of fives. It includes maybe a five, but not two of them. I doubt it. I highly discount that here. But maybe I'm a little too confident in the read. But I do think that this is just never pocket fives, never any boats. It's just never any strong hands that he donks for on the flop. But now some of them have improved to trips, which
95% of the time it is not strong hands, but sometimes those super nits will that have is he more you said he's a super nit post flop?
yeah, he's only putting in all the money like with even when he has a strong hand. I mean he's your typical fish, like does not raise thinly enough for value, plays super passively, and then when he puts all of his money in, you get the hell out of that pot because if you don't have the nuts or better, you're drawing dead, or maybe you're not drawing dead, but you're not in a good spot. So
Okay.
I mean, he's pretty easy to play against typically. It's just so when he continues here. So I also think that my other thing here is that I'm trying to construct his range here, which this is like shouldn't be that interesting, but this is interesting to me because we would think a lot of king X would go bigger, is what we think. But and I also would think that a lot of his flush draws might just slow down here on this card and just will probably just check often, is what I think. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. That's kind of what I'm thinking here is now, even though like his sizing tells me he doesn't have a king, but I think a lot of the time his flush draws don't continue to bet. So I can think maybe some 5x that's still betting here is what I'm thinking, but I also don't want to discount kings or flush draws either. I think it's still that's his mainly his range, but I think it's weighted more towards other like still a marginal hand when he goes small and then continues on the turn small is what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm ranging at. Like you could even have like pocket nines or something, like pocket eights, pocket sevens, stuff like that is what I would
Yeah.
think. That's kind of what my idea is here. And I'm in between raising and calling, but I don't really want to raise when I know that there's still a decent portion of his range that's King X that leads this flop. The only other thing that can make me think this is that weak King X that maybe is scared that I have a king and is out kicked is kind of where I'm at. I don't know. Is this nitty to not raise here?
I don't think it's a bad. I mean, I know obviously Nuffle we raise here, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know. I don't know
We don't
Nuffle at
raise here
all.
with Nuffle.
Yeah, I don't
We
know
we
Nuffle.
just
So
call with this hand class with Nuffle.
okay,
okay. I thought
because
it was raise 33. But either way,
I think you need a stronger hand here to raise with Nuffle. You really
no,
need two pair
Nuffle raises
plus.
70% with air and 33% value here, I thought.
So
Or no, that's when they check. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean
yeah, not when he bets.
that's kind of what I'm.
So facing turn percent check, medium value, top pair with kicker, top pair good kicker, we call.
That's kind of where I mean I did end up calling here. I just don't want to when I still think a decent portion of his range is kings because I mean because I have the two conflicting things are going that a lot of his a lot of his weaker hands would now check most of the time, but he took a small size. So it's like the in between of what does this mean? I don't know what this means because a lot of the time a lot of his hands are going to check here that are weak after they donk the flop. But
And then you
then
also, what was his size on the flop was the same size, right?
he bet 15 on the flop and then 20 on the
Okay.
turn.
It was close enough to same bet.
Yes.
And I mean, we know same bet is almost always weak.
Yeah. Feels
Yes.
more like a draw trying to set its price.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm in between. So that's kind of where I'm like, do I want to raise here? So like, let's say a quarter of his range is King X. The other, well, let's say 10% of his range is King X. 40% of it's flush draws. I think more than 40, probably like 70. And then what's the last 10% is weak aces and weak and 5X, I think.
Mhm.
So I would in that if that's the way I'm going to break it down, then I would want to raise here and get value from flush draws. Technically, actually, if I think that the more largest portion of his range here is flush draws, then I should be raising here to try and get max value from the flush draws that are going to be inelastic. But I will fold out all of his other stuff. I mean, he's not folding an ace, but huh? I don't know. It's a weird spot. That's what I was. I just called, and now I want to fold. I'm not even
Oh, you
this.
can't. No, you can't fold this.
I wanted to. I did call because I was like, he's not doing this with anything. Like, what is he doing this with? Going through streets. Even though it's not big sizes, I call. But
Weird.
it's
It's a
so
very weird
weird.
line.
Yeah. I was like tanking at the table and they're like, dude, it's $20. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's $20. I'm trying to like something I'm just trying to think, well, what the hell's going on right now?
Yeah, it's a very
But
strange line. I,
Ex-
I mean, it's just like pot odds, right? I mean,
yeah,
you don't have to win very much, and when you got to win like 15% of the time,
yeah.
so you pay
I'm
the
never
man his
folding. I
money.
know I said it. I'm never folding. If he bet $50, I would snap fold. That's significant now, and I know I'm not ahead and I'm folding. But when he goes 20, 15, 20, 25, there's still some portion of his range that's like ace five or something like that. Or not ace five. Yeah, ace five, ace six, ace seven. Not ace five though, because ace five wouldn't donk lead there. It'd be like ace eight, something like that. But so yeah, I mean, but if he goes 50, he's basically screaming at me. And now I know that he has a king because the guy's just not putting it in without it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I
I
mean, the
thought
way to
that
look at
was just
this
so
is like
weird.
choosing to fold is a significant adjustment given the price that you're being offered.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, like in the Queen Jack hand, I'm getting a fantastic price, but you can just never call there. It's just so underbluffed.
Yeah, that's a different spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's very different, obviously. But yeah. So then, oh, this is another weird one. Okay. I bitched out,
One of
Larry.
my favorites.
I bitched out.
You bitched out.
Yes. Okay. So I didn't think this is a three street hand. I think this is a two street hand. Um, so
Interesting time.
yes, flush comes in. We also make trips. Get a check here, and I go to
I,
20.
yeah, I would keep it small against three range. It's just so fucking weird against three ranges.
Yeah, no, I can't stand this multi-way shit. It's so annoying. But we go 20, and now this guy raises to 50. So
So we're
I
not
don't really,
folding,
yeah, I'm not
but
folding, but I don't know what I'm trying to figure out. Like it's a small raise. I think some weak flushes maybe do this. Some
yeah, he's
King
in
X
the.
does this.
Let's think about what Peter Clark calls origin ranges. He's in the big blind, so he's defending very wide, clearly in these games, and he's defending most wide, probably with the suited region.
Hmm.
So I think that your initial gut that he's got like, who knows, eight, six of clubs is very possible.
Yes, that's what I think. But I'm not folding yet. I'm gonna make him fire again if he
And
is.
also you can boat up here. So
Yeah, I can hit my eight or I can hit another king. I mean, or seven or three, all that stuff. So I just call here. And now he checks, and I was like
that's a very weird spot, man.
dying to jam here because I don't think I have the best hand, but I think I can make him fold. But I also was in the spot of I don't know this player, and is this player capable of folding a flush or a king?
Turning trips here into a bluff is pretty fucking gangster.
What was going through my head was jam, like jam, jam, jam. He's so capped right now.
Well, you're
But
you're turning your trips into a bluff when you do that, saying you've got a very good flush, right?
yeah, or a full house, one or the
Or a
other.
boat, yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, I would check back here because I think you win enough, and a check raise is just hell. But
yeah,
I think you win enough. He's going to have a lot of shitty flushes, but I'm not in the business, even on a paired board, of getting flushes to fold
I agree. That was why I didn't go for it. Was that I
against
was like,
people who
can
don't really have much of a fold button.
yeah,
Maybe
I
against a
didn't
very
go
good
for it.
player who will fold
If
their
it was, yeah, certain
five,
people,
four of clubs, but I don't think I'm in the business when I have trips, which beats, I mean, it beats enough of his range that I
see
think
that
a check
I
back is
felt
profitable.
handcuffed though, is that I feel like I'm not, I don't think I win at showdown, but I don't always get to win, is the other thing I was thinking was you don't get to always just steal it.
Yeah.
So, and like what's going through my head is that I don't have the best hand here often, but can I make him fold a king or a flush? Is what's going through my head here. And then I
Well,
decided against it.
Is he ever making that play on the turn to that sizing with like a if he gets there with like an ace seven with the ace of clubs, ace three with the ace of clubs, where he's got a pair plus draw now.
I don't know the player well enough. That's also part of what's going through my head. But what I'm not getting value from those hands anyway. So I basically, I mean, I just think I have two options here is to check or turn my hand into a bluff. And I don't think that turning the hand into a bluff is a smart one. Because I mean, I beat his ace seven with the ace of clubs, and he's probably not calling anything with that. I mean,
turning trips
maybe
to a, yeah, I mean, you just beat enough range here for it to be profitable to check back.
Yeah. You have
I
enough
didn't.
showdown value.
You've
I
got
didn't think I
significant
had it.
showdown value.
And I don't think he's ever calling with
I mean,
worse.
we're
If
gonna
you
see like 5-4 clubs here a lot, but that's okay.
or like
Yeah,
king nine, king ten offsuit.
yeah. Get ready.
Whoa,
No.
that's
So
crazy.
ridiculous.
With the
Yeah,
ace of clubs. Well, if he's good at all, he's gonna hero you if you shove, because he's holding the ace of clubs.
I don't know. I was mad at myself, but then I was like, is he ever folding? Like he'd probably check to check call. I mean, the only way I get him to even to think is to jam. And when I jam, I'm sure he still ends up calling when it comes down to it.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
I think you played it. I don't think I'd play it any differently. I mean, you can't value bet,
No.
and your only bluff size is a shove, which is 2x pot. Claiming a
Yeah.
boat but it's hard to have a boat here. What boats do you have here that I mean, you've got sevens maybe?
King five of hearts, king seven, or king five suited, king seven suited, pocket sevens, pocket threes,
Well, he knows, depending on how good he
pocket.
knows, there's only one suited king X, which you happen to have. But, so yeah, I don't think he checked us with the plan of
Yeah, I don't think
what,
he was
do you know
planning
how
on
good he
folding.
is? Is he like an idiot? Like the majority of your,
obviously
or
I mean, he
is he
just
like
called from the big blind with
with
fucking
ace
ace king
king?
offsuit.
Yeah,
He's
good
not
point.
good.
Yeah, I
That
don't
tells me
think
enough.
I think your check back was appropriate. I think you beat enough, and turning trips here into a bluff is pretty fucking gangster. And your shove would be a
Yeah.
pure bluff.
Against it. Oh yeah, that's not a it's not for value. I can tell you that. It's because I think that I don't have the best hand a
Yeah.
lot of the
So
time, and I
I
might be
think
able
you
to get
just
them to fold.
yeah, I think you just check back this hand and say nice hand side.
Yeah, I was pissed at myself after, but I also am still in the thought process of like, do I ever like he's just never folding. I don't think he's ever folding there. I
Well,
mean,
at least you didn't vote up because then you would have lost your stat.
well, what do you mean? If I boat up,
Would have either been a chop or
Oh,
he
yeah,
deals an
good point.
8 and he stacks him.
Yeah, I was about to say it's just a chopper or an eight.
Yeah, good point, good point, good point.
Yeah, but that was my last one. I thought those were the interesting ones. So I am insane for thinking about turning this into a bluff. Um, just wanted to confirm that.
Nice answer. All right, so it's 2 o'clock. Should we call it? Anybody else have hands? What do you guys want to do on Monday?
I don't think I'm
Probably
gonna be
study
able to.
poker.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, let's do that.